Good evening, everyone, and you cannot see me yet, and that's unfortunate. All right. You cannot see Kian either. Okay, that's perfect. Great start to the stream here. But welcome, everyone. Welcome to another tournament stream of the Blitz X Cup. Maybe Kian, do the introduction for now. I'll just quickly fix the camera issue.
All right, welcome everyone to the Blitz X Cup Finals. This is day 1 out of 2 of the final stage, which means teams are going to be fighting it out for, I believe, $120,000 total prize pool on you. That is, I think, in recent times for Blitz, an absolutely crazy sum. And hopefully that's gonna translate into some banger matches. I guess I am joining I'm joining Nino today on his broadcast. You're gonna hopefully tell me when you have resolved the issues. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some awesome matches today. And tomorrow all of that is going to continue on the official stream, where both of us will be covering not only the lower bracket final but also the grand final for you.
Yeah. Issues being fixed right now. Luckily.
Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to continue talking. All right.
You can keep talking forever.
Obviously, we are in a double elimination bracket. Today, we're going to have simultaneously played the 2 upper bracket semifinals, then the lower bracket semifinal plus the upper bracket final. All of those are going to be best of 7 on maps that are pre-decided. So no pick and bans happened in between all of those teams. And that being said, I believe the first match is going to be starting in between what we are going to be spectating, BPS and Loss 1. First map, as I can see, is going to be Dynasty's Pearl. And
yeah, by the way, people cannot see the room yet because we're having 3 minutes delay. So just so you know, we do have BPS versus Losi, by the way. It's like Losi means moose in Russian, or just losing team, whatever one
okay,
wants
so
to
it's
choose there.
Losi, not Lost 1.
Yeah, Losi.
Okay.
Something like that, at least. And yeah, Losi is a Russian-Ukrainian team. BPS, a very mixed team, also has some Russian superstars on their team with Openjash and the guys who are very well known in the community, of course. Then we're also having many other very, very experienced players from the EU server. All of these guys have collected a couple of cups already, at least. I think with a very few exceptions who are not that experienced, but that's also the great thing that tournament teams at the moment are not like we would have one team just having all the pros in there, but rather just everyone just having many pros and just paired up with some newcomers as well. And I think that's really good for the future of the tournament scene as well. It's not going to die out anytime soon. There is still some young blood in there as well. In about 10 seconds, I'll be to show the room.
Young blood and hopefully hungry players.
Yes.
So I did see the previous skill 1-4. There was quite some interesting stuff happening there. On Dynasty's Pearl, also on the Apex server, we saw some quite interesting strategies. Now, obviously, you're going to be more well-versed than me when it comes to the European competitive scene. What makes these teams out? Like, what are the specialties pairing up BPS and Losi against each other?
Oh, I think, well, in the past, we've had some teams just going for very specific strategies and very specific play style. In this season, I feel like most teams are experimenting to some degree, apart from API, who is very well known to just always go for meta lineups and rather passive strategies, building up the map control, being very, very strong with that. I think API is definitely going to be the team to beat once more. BPS has formerly played as Aqua. They are a team which has had its ups and downs. They also have won 3 cups, I believe, in the past already. They are definitely in a good position to get quite far in this tournament as well. They are already quite far. Yet they have to make sure that they are not experimenting too much, which they have often done in previous seasons, where they just try to beat the meta at all costs and try to do something that wasn't necessarily working out in the best way. But still, I appreciate if a team is experimenting and being good with that as well.
I mean, on NA in the grand finals on Hellas, we had an FV4-202 and they won with it. So sometimes those off-meta pick can off-meta picks. My English isn't Englishing today. They can come in quite handy. That being said, though, obviously most of the time the meta picks are going to prevail, and there is a little to talk around it. The meta right now is centered around WZTDs, which I guess we should be in the scene already, showing the lineups. We're going to see quite a few, especially on Dynasty's Pearl, which is like kind of corridor map there. You're going to see super heavies as well. Double 50B being hovered right now by BPS. That would be quite the interesting choice on the low C lineup. I don't think I see anything too surprising with like triple WZTD, triple VK72 and an IS7. That's rather standard, but that double 50B is going to be something to watch out for.
Yeah, double 50B is something that API has played a couple of times. Other teams have mostly been afraid to do so because it's very vulnerable, especially when there are lots and lots of tanks in the meta at the moment that do have very big alpha guns with 1k HE damage. And just keep in mind, the AMX 50B does have reactive armor, which just decreases the damage taken by 27% or so, but at the same time, that does not affect HE damage taken. So if you're having a lot of VZ-113 GFTs, if you're having VK72s on the field, all those tanks are going to hurt a 50B very, very nastily. And we are getting into it.
Yeah, that double 50B, I mean, it has a lot of explosive clip power, but that being said, you need to be able to use it. And now Dynasty's Pearl starting off our match 1 of the day. It's going to be BPS versus Losi in the best of 7, and on the lineup of BPS, we have they mentioned double 50B, then we have a 260, interestingly enough, then a mouse, a VK72, and double WZ-113 GFT.
On the other side, we're having some more VZ, TD tanks, some double VK72, triple VK72, and an IS7. The IS7 often being used for some aggressive A pushes, and it looks also like both teams are heading towards A. Only Spanish Sahara sitting in the back there and just overlooking the C area. But there is not going to be much. Everyone heading towards base A. The AMX 50Bs in the back there and just covering from the side. Breeze Blocks already taking some first damage here. Losi sitting in the road and having some crossfire. And there's the IS7 moving up forwards through the middle to the ramp, taking in a very aggressive position, but cannot really proceed to push any further. Spanish Sahara,
I mean, Daniel,
side.
Yeah, sorry, Daniel in that IS7, he is going to be able to get covered by that double VK72. That being said, rather passive opening, I would say, by either team here. Not too much damage taken yet. That being said, though, I think whoever makes the first move on towards those caps is going to get the advantage here if they don't overextend. Spanish in that mouse, going to move up now as well, but he's not going to be fully hold down behind that little, I guess, plateau in the middle. He has side shots on towards the IS7 that doesn't manage to penetrate him, but so far the team's feeling it out.
Breeze Blocks going for some little rotation there over towards by C, where there is also Kitsune X God on the other side with that VZTD already sitting there, just moving around. This might be nasty for Breeze Blocks. I don't think he has any advantage over the VZ, especially with the reactive armor that it has and the insane DPM. This tank might be causing a lot of trouble to Breeze Blocks. Will be going for some move there on the other side. Nothing's really happening yet, so it's all about the 1v1 for the moment. Everyone else is just rather sitting it out. And that's the question, whether the others will be able to move up. Yeah, Pat comes in here to focus breeze blocks, so there will be heavy pressure on BPS on the other side to do something, to do some counter rotation. So far, we're not seeing much yet, but I think we're getting to it. Pat and Kitsune focusing down breeze blocks on the other side. There is some movement with the 50Bs, having Daniel in focus fire, who is starting to get shot down. They're 1.3k damage, and there he is out of the fight already. Gun advantage for BPS for the moment. But there goes breeze blocks as well. And it looks like no one was still having any significant advantage. Maybe the 50Bs can be pushing forwards onto Punisher, who is fairly isolated to the side. Yeah, the 50Bs are going in there. Also, the rest of the BPS team aiming for the rear of Punisher. He cannot escape that, that's for sure. But the question is if Losi does have an answer to that. Spanish Sahara got taken out on the other side.
The question is, do they have an answer as Way to Success now starting to clip out onto Punisher? I see the first one does connect here, but it seems like BPS is on the back foot currently. 3k HP down, that double 50B. One more shot into the clip for Punisher, and he does indeed finish him off. But is it too little, too late? Losi, they now have 8,000 HP. They do have the gun advantage, and they are pressing that one, especially the next one to get focused out. Down towards one shot, down towards the grave he goes. And Losi in this round number one, it was a slow start, but they were just waiting for the openings. They saw them, they got them, and now they're gonna take home round number one.
A very dominant start here for Losi. Despite the early seconds, minutes of the game being very passive, they still got home with a very decisive win for this first match here. General now also getting taken out. 6 tanks or 5 tanks still on the field for Losi with 6,000 hit points. That looks good for them. That's definitely going to be making them very confident about the next games. But we're here in a best of 7, so 4 wins are needed in order to take home the win. So that's definitely still a lot of options for stuff to happen.
Yeah, now after round number one, Losi here obviously in the lead, but BPS, there is the reason that they've made it this far into the tournament. Immediately a Kranvang, out of all things, being locked in on Dynasty's Pearl. All right, so BPS keep on, I would say, experimenting double Kranvagen, so double Swedish auto reloader being picked here. And I think Losi, for them, the best strategy would probably be not to switch it up. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that seems to be exactly the case. I mean, quadruple WZTD, double VK72, an FV215B. All right, that would be an interesting choice. And it seems to me that that's what they're going for.
Yeah, that looks fairly standard, to be honest. And not a lot of experiments here right now on this lineup. Both teams just going for what has proven for the meta. Basically, apart from the Kranwagens, which are a little bit rare because they lack some DPM. Mostly we see some Rhinoceronte being picked instead, which does a better DPM, but also lacks the armor, especially when facing some VZTDs, which do have a ton of penetration with the calibrated shells on the heat ammunition due to just being tank destroyers, although they are being played as heavy tanks in this meta at the moment. Yeah, a lot of VZ spam here. Krans being a little bit of a surprise. VK72s on the other side. So I think we cannot really say too much about this lineup yet. The Krans are, of course, just a bit more likely to head towards base C into the park area where they can take some hull down positions then.
All right, so as we load into this round number 2, now the lineups get revealed for either team as well. So double Crown, Mouse, and quadruple WZTD against the same 4 WZTD, double BK72, and an FV215B. So the only differences being there in the heavy tank department. And now we do see indeed those Kranbangs with speed boosters, both of them booking it towards that C area for those hull downs that you mentioned. But Losi, not really afraid. They're going there as well.
Kranzi going for the middle area with the hull down positions over there, or maybe just making their way towards by C. And look at everyone just facing off there. Everyone being surprised by the opponents. Daniel getting very aggressive, isolating himself already in that C cap, getting shot down by way to success. And Santiago from the side. Now Daniel down to a one-shot potentially if the reactive armor isn't saving him. Yet that's the first kill. But Lucy increasing the pressure on the other side immediately. BPS on the low ground in the middle of the map. Maybe not in the best positions to win this one, but they have Punisher in focus. Here Breeze blocks YOLOing in, followed up by General, also Spanish Sahara, having Crossfire from the side. But way to success also. Getting Titan out one-on-one for the moment. It looks like BPS is having slightly worse positions, but they are already having a good hit point advantage. They are having a gun advantage. That actually is pretty good for them. God here also alone, not going to be able to fight with his teammates all too much. One tank more on the field for BPS right now. A little bit of a 1v1 over here of the VZ versus VK72. The VZ will have the advantage on that one, that's for sure. And we are seeing a 2 versus 1 over here. Another 1v1 over there. God just got taken out already. 2 tanks only remaining on Lucy's side. So that's a very quick game here actually on this one then. Only 2 minutes in, not even. Yeah, just 1 minute 50.
Quick game, and you gotta wonder why Lossi were surprised to find those Kranwagens in that outside area, because that is exactly and naturally where the Kranwagens will strive. And like Daniel with that WZTD, yeah, getting caught out in the open, the first one to die in that kind of sort of scenario, not really his fault if it was the FC call to like go full on field, but you really have to wonder why Lossi were not expecting this kind of engagement here. And obviously one of those Kranwagens dying very early on, but at that point the damage had been done, right? The first gun had been taken out, both Kranwagens had been able to fully clip out, and at that point, if you focus on the Kranwagens, that means you're not focusing the single shooters that then start having the DPM in the shootouts. So, yeah, quite the questionable tactical decision by Lossi, I would say. But yeah, maybe they were expecting to like get debated, something like that. But obviously we as casters are pretty happy that it goes 1-1. That means the match is going to take longer. We are going to get more to talk about. And now we are going to talk about Lagoon, which is going to be map number 2.
Yeah, first time Lagoon now. We're seeing a new map here. Actually, on the last map, it was a little bit surprising to me still that both teams just pushed into C with very little information, just the VZ being a little bit faster than the Kranwagens, despite the speed boost. So it ended worse for the VZs there. I don't know, people were just not taking the hull down positions early on, just immediately pushing forwards, not really expecting the enemies to come there. But okay. Let's focus on the next game here, where we see a lot more VK90s on this map now. These very, very great side-scraping tanks, which do have a ton of armor, not the most hit points, but also a very, very accurate gun. BPS picking 2 of those, also a Rhinoceronte and 3 VZTDs. Batshit on top of that. On side of Lossi, we do have 1 of the VK90s, double Rhinocerontes, 1 Batshit and a VZTD. So very, very similar lineups. Just a slight disagreement about the amount of Rhinocerontes and the VK90s.
All right, now Lagoon, we said it already. Triple WZTD on either side. Batcha being the light tank of choice for either team, and then a little bit of difference in the heavy tank department, essentially a VK90 getting traded for a Rhino. That being said, we have seen on APAC and NA as well that there are multiple ways to play the map, including a very interesting STB1 boost. That one's obviously not going to happening this time, but for now, BPS opening with, well, sending tanks left, right, center, so basically everywhere, and for Lossi it seems mostly orientated towards the A cap.
Oh, Nikitsune here heading towards the middle, spotting the B area. Question is if we can get spots in over there on the Spanish Sahara, not really. But Lossi all being spotted.
Lossi indeed all being spotted, and 3-2 taking a shot for his troubles, but that means Lossi is going to take over the A cap here, and immediately BPS coming in with that rotation. We can see in the middle of the map the tanks being rotated towards the southern area or towards the back to probably meet that push that Lossi is currently doing, and C is getting the other side, so cross-map play coming in.
I think Losi will still get the cap lead due to having 2 tanks in there. Yeah, just by a small margin. Still getting the cap lead, but it doesn't really matter for BPS. They can take base B if they want to. There is nothing really fighting them, but they have seen God sneaking around there and are preparing for this kind of move already. Breeze blocks, aiming for him. But also God is being careful.
And notably, that double WZTD in the corner, that's going to come as a nasty surprise. We can see the blind shots from Daniel right now whizzing into the bushes, but they're obviously never going to connect against the WZs this far back, and that might come as a very nasty surprise towards Kitsune. That is now coming, but he does proxy spot both, so crisis averted for now.
Yeah, BPS bait not really working out with that move. Still, BPS has a very safe positions, has a lot of map control for now, can still take base B if they want to, but also they don't have the information about anyone potentially being right behind there. So they're playing a safe game, way to success, going to spot up this area a little bit more, trying to find some enemies, but the Rinoceronte over there also in the bush does not really get spotted there. Breeze blocks maybe now making the move into the B cap. But also Losi is preparing. God moving up. Way to success not being able to spot that. Also we can see some relocation in the rear there. But I don't think it will be possible to decap base B reliably without getting punished there. Breeze blocks. Not getting shot. It's Spanish Sahara in the back. Cap advantage for BPS.
Shots being traded, and now the rotation coming in by Losi. Once again, the trades coming in, and Breeze blocks deciding to reverse after taking B. Does take another shot for his troubles now, and the trades are coming in. So far, Losi on the back foot, but they're pulling the Nayu card with that double WZTD, and that's going to come as an absolute surprise towards Jen in that WZTD. He now sees them. He does only probably take one because the other one... Yeah, the other one missed, and now we'll have to see if BPS does react to this, and indeed, they're completely pushing the middle. Jen probably evacuating from A, and a kill immediately coming through on towards Caught. That was caught out in the open. Now BPS in full assault.
BPS moving forwards towards the enemy spawn, being a little bit stuck in between the enemies, but still they are having the advantage right now. They're having the momentum going forwards, having Hypnotizing there right in front of them, who is going to go down very soon. Also, Daniel and Punisher are very isolated here. The others struggling to move up. The bait not working out on the A cap. These tanks being very far away from the main fight. BPS just being a lot closer together, can help each other a lot more. The teamwork is on point. The focus fire is on point here. Next one's getting taken out. Also, Santiago got killed from the other side. But BPS already having a good tank advantage. They are having a good hit point lead, and also the cap lead still. Losi will have to do a lot more work in order to take a win here. Maybe some ammo rack would help, but I don't think it's going to happen. Losi moving forward into the VK90, some very well armored and healthy tank right in front of them. Still, they're trying to make their way forward, but great success also. Farming from behind, they're helping out still, and it's really a big struggle here for Losi to come back from this. They are biting their teeth out, going down there as well. Kitsune moving in from behind now, having their clip ready, but still there is just too many tanks right in front of him.
Indeed, BPS finding a good opening against Losi. Also, you gotta wonder why both of those WZTDs were not able to connect immediately on towards the BPS one that was driving on towards A. Way to success, chasing down Kitsune here and now. Kitsune trying to give a little bit more time to his team to maybe talk about what went wrong here, because a lot of it did. And BPS, after being down 1-0, they now have the lead here in this match, 2-1, and a convincing one on Lagoon, round number 1.
And B-Cap was basically a free base for BPS. For a long time, they were even able to get in there completely unharmed. They still moved in quite late due to lack of information, but nonetheless, Losi didn't really have any reply to that. They were counting on the bait on A to work out so much, and yet didn't have the tanks ready to re-push base A. Then one tank even fluffing the shot there on that A cap as well. I think maybe hit his teammate or so, stuff like that. It was not really having clear view on general just yet, but yeah, that meant that they had no advantage anywhere, basically. There was a big issue here for them.
Yeah, the weirdest thing actually being that the WZTD by BPS in that A cap does survive, and the first tank to go down actually is then God in that BK90 in the middle that somehow gets caught out in between everyone, and then we end up in a scenario where there's a lot of tanks by Lossi actually on the rotations, out of position, just not able to contribute towards that fight in the middle, just making it all the much easier for BPS to just pick and choose their targets. And as soon as they had the gun advantage by like 1, 2, even 3 guns, then obviously the combined DPM of the entire team starts kicking in, and they start just snowballing over the opponent.
Yeah, BPS did not really care about the map control in the later stage anymore. Early on, they went for some very spread out strategy, very careful approach, and then they went just full YOLO through the middle, just picking up one tank after another, seeing one tank being isolated, okay, free kill, going for the next one right afterwards, and Lossi just had to wrap their heads around, their minds around it and find some opportunities, but all they could do was just put out a bit of damage here and there without really having any option of getting back from that disadvantage.
I mean, giving up map control, getting surrounded at the end of the day only means that you can push into every direction and find enemies, right? So BPS doing that perfectly with a wonderful execution. Now, however, it is round 2 here on a Lagoon, round 4 of the match, and we'll have to wait and see if Lossi are able to bring it back to tie it all up. A Sheridan being picked by BPS. All right. That is quite the interesting choice of tanks, especially
also,
when matched up
here,
with the team
more.
of Lossi. Yeah, the team of Lossi's quintuple VK7201 and double WZTD immediately translating into HP advantage for Lossi. So obviously they will want to force that brawl early, but all of them getting spotted out by Santiago.
Luckily for the Sheridan, he did not stay in the bush for too long because blind shots were flying in there by the VK72s. Still some shot going into God. Santiago has delivered the first spot here. Double light lineup for BPS. On the other hand, we're having no light tanks on the field for Lossi, so big disadvantage in terms of mobility for them. Yet they are having more hit points, not that many more actually, but they are having the armor on their side. But BPS going for a very aggressive B cap with a double mouse. Well, easily being able to take by C. On the other side, then Lossi getting aggressive here in the middle area already. They're having good crossfire now onto the mouses. Are they focusing the mouses here? They might want to go for it because they do have these tanks very isolated here in breeze blocks, taking 1.1k damage. Spanish Sahara also just struggling to hide there. There is some backup from BPS teams still in the background here. They're having some kind of crossfire. Lossi is getting more and more aggressive. Kitsune and getting shot down there.
And BPS now need to be careful to support those mouses in that middle of the map, and that's exactly what they're doing. Kitsune having to reverse after getting shot down towards a one-shot. Santiago, they're unable to go through the armor, but instead it's going to be Marmalada to pick up the kill, I believe. And now it is problematic here for Lossi. They need to generate the engagements to get those guns out of the game. That's why 3-2-2 Pozdravlenie is starting to push with that VK72 on towards the isolated double tank of BPS immediately. Success with another kill here. Spacey getting flanked, and now Breeze blocks in the middle of the map with that mouse is getting pushed as well by double VK72. The reaction by BPS starting to come in, but they're starting to run out of those crucial hit points. They do have the tanks with less armor. Santiago is on reload here as another kill gets picked up by BPS, but Lossi, they still have the hit point advantage.
It looks actually like there is still something that BPS can do. Guns being even, hit points in favor of Lossi, but not by a huge margin. Yet the caps are also on side of Lossi now, so BPS will have to come back from this and kind of rock around it. Will have to get some kills and caps at the same time. Always a very tricky thing to do, but they're having double light tanks, which might mean that they are having some very nice crossfire, but at the same time, those are not going to be able to sit right in front of the enemies. They cannot take any shot, cannot absorb any damage. At the heavy tank here, the mouse can obviously not run away at all, is just getting killed in the middle there with an easy push by Losi. Marmalade Toast now also being in a 1 versus 3 situation, does not have too much backup by the light tanks. Way to success, and Santiago to each side there, but not really having a shot. Santiago now pushing in from the side with a clip loaded, might get the kill of God there. Yeah, Marmalade still surviving for the moment. First shot fluffed on the God, second one connecting, third one being the kill. But a big shootout of Santiago there. Marmalade still alive. Santiago down to 1 shot. Way to success. Might get the kill of Daniel, but he is also still relatively healthy. That's a kill.
I mean, Daniel getting shut down here, and that now means 2 versus 3 situation for the team of Losi that do have more HP still, but that HP difference, it's all on 322. It's all on that BK72 that's out of the fight, and this now means that the singular BK72 of Losi is faced with an almost impossible scenario. 3 versus 1. He has the caps stacked against him. He has the points stacked against him. That Sheridan is still very healthy. He's not going to be able to one-shot that one at all. Indeed, 464 only, quote-unquote, as Santiago starts to unload. And BPS, it did look kind of, you know, dicey throughout most of the battle for them, but somehow they managed to rock home the ship, and they managed to put themselves on towards match point. 3-1, excuse me, the scoreline after 4 rounds here.
It's just able to rack up. Look at that. Marmalade Toast with almost 6k damage, almost getting an ace here, basically. Just the way that BPS came back from this. They had disadvantages in multiple different situations here, being pushed onto in the middle area, getting pushed onto on the flank, but they were able to nicely push the enemy spawn as well. For that, did pick up some kills over there. Just both teams having some disadvantages on one side, advantages on the other, and making perfect use of that. In the end, I would say it was just up to the light tanks there, just delivering that crossfire, having that clipping potential of the Batshit still, being able to rush into the enemies and get that kill there, which can just, that guy can just not hide from a Batshit, which is coming at full speed with 60 kilometers per hour. It's impossible for a VK72 to run from that situation. Also, the one tank was chasing the Batshit towards base A, did not catch it, obviously. The Batshit was aware of that and did run away successfully.
And I think we are not done yet regarding weird tank picks. First of all, map is going to switch. We're going to head over towards, the icy fields of Winter Malinovka. And I think after BPS now bringing, let's say, experimental lineups at some point in time, double 50B in one game, then now we just saw the Sheridan, which might be repeating itself. On the side of Losi, we're also starting with the shenanigans. Double 50B and double Foch 155. All right.
Paired with a Batshit. If the Foshes are running the clipping gun, that might be a lot of clipping potential here for Losi. Yet I've got to mention Losi is on the better spawn here or on the worst spawn actually. So BPS might struggle a bit more for that, but it is also a match point for BPS. They don't really have to fear anything at this point. They only need one more win. Losi is under a lot more pressure.
Under a lot more pressure, but we all know a pressure is what diamonds are formed in. And now they have a lot to prove here. I mean, yeah, BPS on match point, they don't really need to win this round. At the same time, the last round can be the hardest one to put on the board. That being said, Batchat, Sheridan, Mouse, VK72 ×2 plus double WZTD. That's what they're going to try and win the match with right here. And on the other side, that double Foch 155 together with that double B.
Disadvantage. Look at that hit point disadvantage. 2k hit points more on BPS side. Almost. That might be having a big, or might be playing a big role later on. Early blind shots.
Those not connecting, however. That double 50B booking it to the middle, immediately getting spotted out by the Sheridan and paying the toll that you have to cross on towards the middle flame there. A bit lucky not to receive more damage to make that 3 shots whizzing towards him. Only one of those connecting. So, Santiago also taking a beating in that batch chat. And now that double
Flame.
50B, not really sure what they were doing, but Flame is down towards a one-shot. The other 50B getting set on fire as well. So immediately, that kind of weird lineup by Losi starting to falter here against BPS that we're kind of waiting. Like, what are they trying to do as Santiago takes another big one? But Flame is already down and out, and now it's up to Losi to respond.
Already 4k hit point disadvantage here on Losi's side. The heavy shootout of the A area was absolutely not working out for Losi. They tried to play A aggressively, yet they just didn't find any targets. BPS was just going for base C, punishing the 50B so nastily. Here, no way of Losi pushing forwards into the enemy spawn against the double VK72s with the Foshes, which have far less armor. Also on the other side, Raid to Success might have done a big mistake here by getting aggressive in the enemy spawn. We'll have another shot. The budget is reloading for a while, but surely the Sheridan is going to be taken out. The VZ coming in there, but still Sheridan hiding for the moment. Kitsune will soon have the shots loaded. Actually, the Sheridan does still get the kill in right before the budget is loaded. So there will be Punisher in a nasty crossfire from two different light tanks. On the other side also, BPS is increasing the pressure and picking up the kills here. Especially just got Amaract off screen. Have you seen the amount of hit points there? I haven't. But anyways.
I didn't, to be honest, but 2.5k against 7k HP still, they do tell the story of the game, and by that they do also tell the story of the match. BPS, they do lose round number 1, but after that they do really pick up the pace, putting down 4 in a row, and that means they're going to be advancing to the last match of the day, to the upper bracket finals. Good shot there by Way to Success in style in the Sheridan. Congrats to BPS. And for Losi, it's now down into the bloody depths of the lower bracket, where there is no safety net, no safety line either. Losing there means elimination, not being able to advance any further. But yeah, after round number 1, I thought, or especially round number 2, then going 1-1, I thought we would have like a pretty close match, but BPS had something to say about that, and that was simply nope.
Yep, that's already the first encounter here. Losi just experimenting a bit too much on that last game. Maybe just gambling a little bit to find that crossfire and just find some early kills there. They did have the disadvantage on the C side, on the medium side there. So it was a bit more likely for BPS to move over towards the medium side than for Losi. And I think that's what the team did count on Losi, to just have some shots onto the bush, maybe to shoot out that Sheridan or so, which was very likely to go there. But nothing like that happened. BPS just sneaking around the map there, having a good time with that. But that doesn't mean that Losi is out yet. They are having 2 lives, or they had 2 lives, like every team here in the Blitz X Cup. So only 1 life left for Losi at this point. Definitely still a lot of options to get into the grand finals of this tournament.
A lot of options, definitely, but after seeing this match by them, they kind of have to, you know, pick up the pace a little bit, because they did look good in round number 1, but then they even started losing to lineups that I think people would consider to be off meta, like Batcher plus Sheridan, and then themselves maybe getting a little bit tilted, or it was like some prepared strategy with a prepared timing, but double 50B plus double Foch 155 plus Batchat. That is a lot of very mobile French tier 10 tanks, but, you know, the drawback of French tanks is they don't have any armor. So when you send them in immediately, you better get your money's worth for it, or, well, we just saw what happened in the other case.
I think we've seen such a lineup just a few times on this tournament or in the qualification stage already. I've not seen any Sheridan so far. That was entirely new, but the 50B plus Frosh, that's something that people like to do because of the mobility and just big burst damage. They can maybe take out some tank really, really quickly, especially if one is just trapped on the outer side. But I think maybe BPS was adjusting their strategy immediately. Those are all very experienced players as well, so they might have just seen the kind of lineup, expected the kind of strategy already, and immediately adjusted their own positions to just move to the other side, because those 50Bs and Foshes were not going to push the heavy flank, most likely.
Yeah, and I mean, then we ended up seeing what tends to happen when a double Foch 155 drives into entrenched double VK72. Spoiler for absolutely no one, the Fochs tend to not do too well, especially when there is support by other tanks coming in.
Yeah, especially then in random games, these Foches are kind of good on also having decent armor, but it also is because the enemies mostly don't play calibrated shells and heat ammunition, don't use premium ammo. But if people in tournaments play VK72s that do use calibrated shells, they just butter through the Foch like it's nothing. No armor at all there anymore. I think we have some time now.
We do have some time now. Maybe you can have you can check what happened in the upper brackets semifinal in the other one. Maybe it's done already. Maybe it isn't. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we can hop into some random games. You can hop into some random games, whatever you prefer.
You're free to join.
Okay, I guess if you want to, you can invite me. I have the same nickname as on Discord.
All right.
Oh, and I need to turn off game music. Ay.
Okay, the other games are not over yet, where API is playing against Haha. But to be fair, we've got a 4-1 here. That was very quick. Some of these games were also over in just 2 minutes. So yeah, the other games might be a lot closer. Although IPA is like the most likely to get very far. Not to say my favorite. I think all of these teams here do have a realistic chance of making it to the grand final or even to the first place. Just that I would say that API was just showing the best consistency so far in the season. Other teams just struggling every now and then. BPS today did not struggle at all, I felt like. Only on the very first game.
Yeah, a little bit of inside information there. This morning I asked Talian who was likely to advance into grand finals today, and I asked her the same question on APAC and on the day of the APAC streams and on the day of the NA streams, and she had it pretty much down. And when today I asked the question for EU, she was like, I don't know. Anyone can beat anyone. So
yeah, especially, I mean, for API, I'm quite sure they will make it to the grand final, to be honest. But if they win this, that's a totally different question that I cannot answer. The other teams, they are about even on the level. They don't really have many differences in the skill there. I think that's, we will really have to see what's going to happen there. But it's unpredictable to me.
I mean, if it's unpredictable to you, it will be unpredictable to me. Will you invite me, or how we? Okay, there, I see. All right. So I have exactly 2 tier 10s that I can play, I think, on the stream, and only one of them has equipment, and that would be the VK72. So I was like, what's the tournament meta right now? All right, WZTDs. I don't like playing TDs. What's the next best thing? Okay, I'm probably not going to have enough experience to start with a bat shot, so let me go for the VK72. That was kind of my line of thinking, and here I am.
Yeah, I'll also go for it. Okay, just 1 second. Ooh.
But yeah, I'm now grinding towards bat shot, and I have to say, it's a very enjoyable grind, actually, especially the tier 7 and the tier 9 now as well.
The bat shot grind you're enjoying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's working out well for me. But then again, the bat chat line also in PC, where I'm originally coming from, is my most favorite tanks. So I think in the tier 10 alone, I have 2.5k battles or something.
bat chat is also the tank for me. I've got 7,600 games on the bat chat at the moment.
Oof.
By far the most played tank for me.
It's the thing about it is, right, every match is different, whereas with a heavy tank it's okay, let's go here and start brawling, but with a bat chat you can react to anything that happens, to the lineup, to the map. It's just wonderful.
By the way,
I have to play
about reacting.
Yeah. Getting carried away talking about the bat chat.
Usually I'm also a touch player, so not just giving it a try on PC.
So I have to admit, I tried on a cell phone once actually, and I felt like I had absolutely no hands playing. So
that's awful. Yeah, I've done it like 2 times maybe because I was having some game crashes on my PC, and then just switching to the phone real quick, it was unplayable for me. At some point, I just got an iPad for whatever reason, not necessarily to play, and felt like, hey, actually, that's doable. I can maybe get used to it. A couple of months later, I was fine with it.
All right. Yeah, I was talking with one of my colleagues, like with Arctic, and I'm told he's a pretty good player. And he's like, yeah, if you really nail it on like mobile devices, then you can be better, like substantially better than on PC. And seeing him play, I tend to believe it. Oh, nice one.
I think actually, I've played a lot of PC games on Blitz as well. I think it's pretty much even. Maybe PC has a slight advantage in my opinion. Because you just see a lot more on PC. That's quite nice, yeah. You can just look around easily. And even after years on touch, I still occasionally struggle with just the overview. It's a bit harder. Come on, E4. So many guys in front of us, though.
I'm a bit afraid of the JPE peeking.
Nice.
Well, now the Jagdpanzer is fleeing. All right, see ya.
He's fighting 140. 140 should have him. TVP.
I'm still reloading.
Whoopa.
Maybe I can kill the... Yeah. The E4 fired, by the way.
Oh yeah, and Jagd survived. Come on. Yeah.
Alright.
We will have the Jagd to the left side. We cannot push forwards. No, don't go forwards.
Yeah, I was trying to maybe finish off the TVP, but yeah.
Actually, I have to take out the Jagd. You can stay. That's kind of awful.
Will you flank him? Then I'll chill here for now if he doesn't push me.
Enemies just pushed our spawn out, but we still have one tank in the middle who's surviving for just a few seconds at least.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Nice. Yeah, I guess I will just turn towards the enemies. Will you continue pushing west? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm coming for the 50p as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe stay here on the 2D spot. Got a setup for the incoming push already. Good. Definitely winnable.
Mm-hmm. Now the TVP loaded heat, I think. Oh.
Good.
Oh,
no. But they're all one-shots, actually.
Yeah. At least the other TVP is now a one-shot as well.
I think I'll try to run. Try to fight the TVP there. Could work out. Yeah, type, no, it's I7. Okay, not type.
Yeah, and he was like 300 something, so even heat one shot. Oh, hello, Mr. TVP.
So where's the second one? Probably coming from my back.
I mean... Yeah, they were in a platoon, so...
Just hoping that he doesn't catch me in the open. Oh, nice.
That is very friendly of the IS-7.
Oh.
Well... oh, and nice. Very friendly of the TVP as well.
I think he couldn't clip me anyways.
What's the TVP alpha on Blitz?
300 only.
Okay. On
Get nerfed.
PC it's 320. There, I think he would have like had plus 20 on you, so like 50-50 essentially.
Yeah, in the past it had 310, but it got nerfed because it was just way too strong. It had like super fast intra clip and just it was super nasty, that tank. Super fast, good DPM or decent DPM. It was dominating the game for a while. And it was so annoying because double TVP just YOLOing you were gone.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. Can't do anything against it, especially when a tank like that is that fast, having 1.2k damage clipping potential. And you just cannot even repair the track and retreat into cover. They're just perma-tracking you.
How is it if you take the module where you get more like a track health? Can a TVP track with a single shot?
As far as I know from other people who have tested it, there is no difference at all to this equipment slot.
Okay.
So maybe a little bit of a difference, but honestly, you're not guaranteed to get that clipping track damage in anyways. Yeah, therefore there's a Leo. No.
So we are going to push, I guess, north together with the E4, or will we just collapse middle onto Kran?
Let's take high ground first.
The Kran is looking here.
It's fine.
He saw me as
Maybe
well.
we should just push right side. I don't really think there is much. Maybe I'm going to go for the middle already.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn around as well.
The enemies are going to push left side there.
There's the Jagdpanzer. Good day.
Run
Good
shots.
start.
Probably doesn't have shots left. Nice.
I'm reloading. Oh, the Jagdpanzer wants to come here. Ow, ow, ow. Crown -1. T95, I'm reloaded in 1 second.
Okay.
Jagdpanzer fired.
Yeah, I'll take out the other one. Playing heavy tanks on PC feels nice, actually. I'm struggling more with the faster tanks because of lack of auto aim.
Oh, oy, Mr. Leopard. What's that gonna be when you're done?
Oh, yeah, Leo coming. Ha! 528. Yes. Oh, come on.
Nay, oh nay, oh nay. Minus. That was my misplay. I fully
never
accept.
mind.
And against you, he peeks like that. What the hell?
He was under pressure a little bit.
Under pressure.
By the way, I was saying you use speed boost on VK.
Yeah. I need to replace the speed boost. I think with the tungsten. Yeah. 1 second. Replace. What does it do? Ooh. Essentially alpha boost. Okay.
Yeah, eliminating RNG actually, because you're just having 105% to 125% of the damage. Always. So it's 15% DPM and damage boost on the one hand, but also just eliminating RNG if you need it for one shots or so.
All right. Vineyards.
By the way, how do you feel on Blitz compared to PC?
So essentially, I mean, it's the same game.
Yeah.
It's designed to be, well, you know, World of Tanks, but mobile. So I don't really have like a lot of trouble adjusting. Like obviously on PC you don't have stuff like tungsten rounds or reactive armor. We do now have a game mode called Onslaught, which is also incidentally 7 versus 7, and there are some like abilities. But yeah, other than that, the biggest differences are like, for example, on PC, Batchat is a medium tank, and you have 5 shells, and it has 390 alpha. But fundamentally, it's the same game. And I know a lot of people will probably try and crucify me for that because no, there's such big difference. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, those people aren't watching though.
Oh, ouch. Ow. Oh, okay. Ouch. Yeah, I found the stage 2. And
Stage
everyone
2?
else in the process. FE 4005. Do you guys not call it stage 2?
Nope.
Like we
First
have
time.
other not so nice nicknames for it, but yeah, it's stage 2 or 4005 as well.
Yeah, your people just call it like 405, 4K5, whatever.
I think I went into some quite garbanzo position. If
You
I'm
can
being
maybe
honest.
come over here a little bit. I'm going to kill A. Enemies pushing C. Rino
I think I will have
Charanzo
maybe a kill here. Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, looking good for us though.
Yeah, and I have a stone here where I can stay kinda safe-ish, I guess.
Building castles. Okay, Afi's there. And the other one was in their spawn there. Well, like entrance of the city for them.
How is that only a track?
Ah! Yeah, same.
I guess his hull is like weirdly angled at the front or something.
Yeah, also spaced armor there to the side.
I was shooting AP, so the spaced armor shouldn't
Same.
like matter too much. I think I can just go and flank him.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I can just
You can also just write and leave the damage to me.
No? Mm.
And speed boost? No, he's stuck.
Speed boost, Spood Beast.
Yeah. When's the
But
next
yeah,
day
other
starting?
differences. I don't know. I think like at 05 possibly.
Yeah, I will just quickly check that. Man, on Apex stream on the first day, I was not aware that we were having 3 battles, and I was actually missing the first 2 games of the semifinals then.
Oh no.
And someone just dropped into the chat there and wrote, hey, where's the tournament? Over? Nope. But there I was then also not playing on my Apex account, so I did not really get the invite or so.
But yeah, for example, on PC as well, the 4005, it has no autoloader. It's a single shooter, and you do 1750 hash alpha.
Ouch. So it's basically actually like the 183 here.
Yeah. And we have the 183, and they have basically the same gun. And what you do is essentially the trade-off that the 4005 gets like a bit more mobility, but has absolutely no armor, and like the 183 has a bit of armor. But yeah.
To be honest, a bit of armor is never really good. Either you
No.
Either you have good armor or no armor at all, and for that you would get the
Exactly.
mobility at least.
But yeah, as soon as you have those differences down, and obviously like the biggest thing for me is actually learning the maps. I think that's the biggest difference there is. And also there is a lot less information to work with. So for at least on the minimap, like on PC you have last spotted positions of the enemy as an option, for example, where here you need to remember, and you have like view range and camo circles. What the hell is that Yo doing there? He's like, yo.
You'll be gone.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm just going to push forwards to the VZ there.
Yeah. I didn't even drop down into the water. So I didn't have the aim time for that. Oh, hello, Mr. WZTD. Yeah, keep aiming at me. He's retreating. And I think I will...
Yeah, just move forwards. The enemies are pushing our side out, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut it short. I'm stuck.
I see.
I'm stuck. I need a step, bro.
Well, they're pushing you anyways, so it's all fine.
Yeah. WZTD fired. And I don't have gun depression here.
I will try to just focus the mediums for now.
I think I will stay. Just hold on here and await them. Are they pushing? Yeah, the WZTD is. Ouch. I think I will have to turn around and deal with the KPZ and the 50B.
Oh no. Oh, stop perma-tracking me. Engine dead as well now. That was close. So it's not one yet.
50B -2. The WZTD. Ow.
Problem is my engine is gone.
And my problems are also manifold is, I think, the English word for it.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. KPZ. Are you gonna make a mistake? You're gonna... Damn it.
Yeah. Problem is with flanking and heavy tanks, then usually the team just needs to adjust to that as well, and you need to be as fast as possible. But if the team, like, theoretically, it should never be possible for some heavy tank to kill a medium tank, as the medium is just very faster. But realistically, of course, most people don't adjust their position to where they are having some team backup.
Ah, nice. Finally a city to fight in.
Yeah, that might be a good one, yeah. Just...
Oh, and actually the biggest thing that PC doesn't have is the live armor view. Like with the red surfaces, that is not a thing. What you have is a penetration indicator that basically works like a traffic light. Like green, you will 100% pen, yellow, well, it's RNG, and red is you won't pen if you hit the exact spot where you're aiming, of course. But for example, I was on a Discord streaming Blitz, and someone asked me if I had installed cheats because of the live armor view and Blitz. Do we just book it directly into the middle, or do we drive around? The T57 heavy looks kind of juicy, not gonna lie. He's
actually, they only have two heavy tanks who can get aggressive immediately.
Ow. Okay. STRE fired, and I think I think my pathing absolutely sucks.
Well,
yeah.
Actually, I will go because there is at least one tank to the right side. I don't know if there's any TT to my front. Might be the case.
Shouldn't be.
Oh my gosh. Pro aim. Looks like nothing's shooting me from their spawn, so they're kind of stuck here.
Oops, yeah, I'm dead. I got double tracked twice. Yeah, that is one of my issues that I don't that I don't know the like initial positions there yet.
Well, your initial position was actually fine. You just needed to survive there.
Yeah. And then I got ahead of myself. But for me, that's the biggest thing. Like, I can make mistakes as long as I don't repeat them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ah, of course. Completely grey tortoise, and I managed to bounce him. And he just penetrates every single shot. Nice.
Gamer. So if you want, we can play one tier 9 game, because I think after that we need to kind of get ready for the next battle. If it's at 05, that is.
I was saying at 9 past.
9 past? Then maybe we can play 2 more even.
Okay, let's go for this one. But also, I was just checking the upper bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the lower bracket comes first.
Yes.
Okay, that's 5 past then, I guess.
So lower bracket is second game, and upper bracket final is last game of the day. At least that's how it was for APEC and
yeah,
NA.
okay. Okay, lower bracket
So-
is at 25 and the upper bracket at 21:10. Good. So we have 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I'm a bit afraid to play against the Sheridan, especially with a bad AP.
Yep. As it should be. Okay, our budget is pushing forwards over here. Nice crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also go in here from a different angle. The Sheridan is over here, actually.
Yeah, I think I will take D now. Or actually, I can help with the Sheridan, possibly.
Okay.
Minos. He enjoyed his stay.
Yep.
Alright, that means we should be able to push south now, and then we have crossfire onto middle. If that KPZ wants to push with me.
Be mindful of the
Come on, bro.
TDs on the hills.
Mm-hmm. Aha, there we have someone.
Can you take him out? Nice.
Mm-hmm, I'm reloading now. Aha! There is
Nice
one of
job.
those TVs you mentioned.
Nice job by our batshit there. He just went full YOLO.
I can kill the TVP.
Nice.
Yeah, now I'm staring into the face of a wild badger, or a badger in the wild. I wonder if he has a mating ritual planned or something. Oh, he went away. Oh, never mind. Oh no. Oh no, Mr. Badger. I didn't mean it when I killed your allies.
Okay, YOLO. Thanks for turning so I can IG the patcher.
Why are you aiming at me, yo? I'm the full HP guy.
Yeah, he wants the damage farm. Like a true pro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we should have a room invite just now. Yes.
You should. I think I'm not getting those.
Nope. But I'm ready already. We cannot show the room yet. Only in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Oh, just a second.
There we go. now I see your screen again.
Yeah, next game will be... Okay, let's sneak in there. Haha versus Lucy.
Apparently your tournament overlay has a V on like the left third of the screen, if you didn't get a message yet.
Yes, I've already fixed that on last stream, but apparently I did not fix it properly. That's just some text element that got lost somewhere, and that I could not see that on a transparent background.
V is for victory.
Yeah. Let's just hope it doesn't bother too much. And, otherwise, I would have to open the photo editor and fix the file again. What did I just want to do? Show the results of the first one, or just at least look at it. Okay, APA won against Haha 4-2.
I guess the favorites then taking the victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means now we're going to see Haha against Lucy.
Yep. Haha also just struggled a bit more in the earlier stages of the professional tournament. Later on, they still managed to get in there. I was not too sure that they would make it at first, but they did. They have proven well, and they have proven to be on the same level as the others. The fact that they have also not just lost to 0 there or against APA is also just speaking for itself. They definitely have a good chance. They have not seen the games, of course, but I think they are very capable, and you know, bad results might always happen. Sometimes it's not the correct map, sometimes it's not the correct strategy. Who knows what they are going to show up with later on still.
I mean, that's obviously something that we should mention, right? Today still, the maps are not like pick and banned, but instead they are predefined. So maybe it's a map that the team would otherwise permaban, or the other team is just really good at it. We don't know as of now. But yeah, we're going to start off on Canal. That's going to be an interesting one.
Oh yeah, I love Canal in tournaments.
Yeah, like every caster so far that I spoke to, like 34 and also Wild Ones, all of them were like, oh yeah, Canal, let's go.
Always very interesting strategies, sometimes super aggressive stuff. Sometimes it might be a little bit campy, of course, as well. But you know, there's so many options there.
I mean, it's certainly going to be interesting judging by the lineups if we're going to get into those now, because, I mean, Haha, I would say fairly standard, a T100 so far, double WZTD, a VK, double STB, and then IS7 to go with it. But on that Lossy lineup, oof, 907s. Let's go.
Triple 907. That's surely going to be used for some campy stuff. Then we've got double type 71, which are usually pushing tanks, and IS7 also usually a pushing tank. The batshit is just a tank for flanking and crossfiring and all kinds of stuff and spotting. So from there on the north spawn, these 907s are actually being used to just sit on the hills and shoot out the sea cap that is getting spotted aggressively by some other tanks that might be pushing over the bridges. That really looks a lot like this kind of strategy with the Type 71s, which are mainly strong in the open. Instead of Haha, we're seeing the VK90, triple VZTD1, T100LT, double STB1. That looks a lot more like a D-sided strategy. Of course, it's not granted that they are going there, but they are having tanks to safely cap base C and also just move their way over towards base D and contest the hills over there. Which means that both teams might be heading towards base D, actually, and fight for base C. Let's see how good the prediction is.
Baby Potato getting subbed in there last second for a Flame. But the setup doesn't change. He's going to take a Type 71 regardless. So, yeah, let's head into the lower bracket semifinal. There is no safety line anymore for either of those teams. The loser is going to get eliminated, going to get relegated to place 4 of the Blitz X Cup EU final. And that means, game on.
The 907s here spreading out, not really selecting anything, but there is the 907 moving for the hill. Kind of what I expected there, because there he will have shots into the C area. But the rest of the team is moving over towards Base I and going for an aggressive strategy through the middle of the map to spot the enemy spawn there, where they are not going to find anything though. So Haha is free to cap Base C and D already. Quick cap advantage for them. They will be able to cap it very, very soon. Yet so far, although actually, the VK90 is still getting decapped there and is moving out again. So Losi is not too far behind just yet, but they also not having any caps at all yet. Oopsie, moving up a bit more aggressively to cover his VK90 from the side, where we will also have some shots onto Daniel if he wants to.
And now, as both of the teams are starting to move into their initially intended deployment position, we see that Losi is going to have 2 caps towards the one of the other team only, and that means obviously the tick rate is going to be higher, and also the bleed is there on towards the team of Haha. We can already see down to 12.5k, that is 2k less than Losi, and the trades keep on not favoring the team of Haha here. Karolek taking a big one in that WZ2D, Hoopsie in that STB also very, very low, needs to be quite a bit careful, but Daniel taking one here as the STB1 is able to surprise the IS-7.
And the STBs are building up the pressure here onto Daniel, who is kind of stuck in the river. Also Punisher trying to follow up there and support his teammate, but the STB1s might have some good advantage. Also T100 still farming from behind. VK90 also moving up, so many guns being directed at those 2 heavy tanks right at the center here. Maybe Potato still passive on the other side, but there we can see the 907s and Batshit moving in for some crossfire, taking out Oopsie already. That's a quick kill there. Unexpected for Haha. They just gave up the map control for this nasty crossfire into the middle, but it was getting punished so badly by Losi, who is now also able to farm the VK90, who is stuck in the river and getting pushed onto by the IS-7 and Type 71. I'm not too sure that this is going to be the right move for them, as the Type is also low on hit points, down to a 1-shot, will get taken out very, very soon, most likely. Lose also just being almost reloaded, getting taken out. There are 2 guns more for Lucy already.
2 guns more for Losi, but Haha is not done yet. They're still in this game, and they're trying to do everything in their power to bring the numbers back into their favor, but the numbers by now, Losi, they have run away with them. Double the HP at this point. 1 gun advantage as well. That's about to be extended as Karolek does get picked up. So Losi coming into this lower bracket semi-final here with 907s, good crossfire positions, impeccable shooting, just overall a good show. And Haha, they do seem a bit stunned here by this unexpected canal opening from Losi.
6 tanks still alive in the end. At the start, I was really not too confident about Losi's strategy. They just did not get any caps at all, and I was not sure whether they would be able to defend by sea like this. Yet, Haha did not manage to take out did not manage to take the double cap advantage early on. They got decapped on by C, and Losi proceeded to get buys A and B at the same time, so that was actually pretty good for them, that they had the cap advantage and also they had the nice crossfire. They had the map advantage with all the mobility on the field. It was working out greatly for them. Haha, maybe also just overcommitting a little bit or falling for the bait of the heavies in the middle, which were definitely meant to take the hits and were not really the best target to go for. Haha expected them to be more isolated and not have that kind of backup there.
I also want to emphasize that I think the players on the Losi team played a very mature game of VOD Blitz here, because some of those, especially the Batchat of Kitsune, was holding their fire until everyone was in position, and then only then, when everyone was there, everyone was aimed, everyone was ready, only then did they open up fire on towards that STB1 to completely blast him out of existence. So that was a good call on that team, whoever did that, to hold fire until everyone is ready to shoot. And I mean, they rewarded themselves with a kill that ended up resulting in a round victory. So Losi here with a good start, but obviously Haha are not here for no reason. They will look to respond, but like Canal is such a intricate map. It seems that Losi have it down a bit more, but the lineups now are going to be quite different. Losi especially switching it up.
And this time we are seeing some STB1s on side of Losi, similar to what Haha did last game. It's also got to be mentioned that Losi is now on the worst spawn here. They cannot move up towards base A that easily as they could last game. The STBs often being used for the D side as mentioned earlier, just as Haha did there. And it looks like Haha is going to play rather for the A side with a VZ and IS-7, which is often used to push into the ditch there around B, as Losi also did on the very last game. Losi, yeah, moving up towards base D, and Haha not going for the A-sided strategy, just putting on a blind shot, not connecting though. Kitsune going for an aggressive or semi-aggressive spotting position, trying to find someone doing some move into the river or canal here, not finding anything, not able to. Look at the blind shot. Max Verstappen, he did not get spotted. What the hell?
There is not going to be any Max Verstappen celebrations, at least at the start of this battle here. So bad start for the team of Haha, I guess, that do take one that was, well, fairly not warranted. That one into Ghosty and that IS-7, however, was. And the IS-7 is about to find out that the team by Losi has committed heavily towards that decap. The WWZTD together with the STB1 start peaking, but the shot's actually less than ideal. So Ghosty is going to be able to only take one from the STB, then relocate, and now obviously this means that Haha, they need to start the counter push. They need to somehow do something to support their i7, but he immediately gets blasted back into the garage, and now Haha definitely, they are super committed, but they're committed against now superior numbers. This is not boding well for them.
The isolated i7 gets killed quickly, but now it is Criminal here peeking up on the hill. He does not have the gun depression, gets taken out there. The STBs being in favor there, having the advantage when it comes to the gun depression, 11 degrees on their side, strong turrets as well, but they are also getting crossfire from the other side by the VK90, but the VK90 can be avoided for the moment, as Losi is just pushing forwards, trying to take out the STB1, trying to take out Max Verstappen. Only 3 tanks remaining on the field of Haha actually, and there goes another one, leaving only the VZ over here, who is getting bullied. They are getting blocked from the side, and that means only the VK90 will be left alive, who was flanking around the map for just a bit too long, not quite having the momentum as Losi on this game.
Exactly. Losi have got it down, not only when it comes to the blind shot, and mind you, that one looked kind of cool, but I don't think it really changed anything about the game. It was rather the openings and how they stacked up towards each other. That IS-7 getting completely sent out alone without any kind of support, so the unspotted crossing towards the south by Losi, coupled up with that IS-7 blind push, then, yeah, the round spiraling out of control for Haha quickly, and obviously that VK90, if it's out of the game and the position is known, then the Losi players are not going to make the mistake to get farmed by it. So yeah, it's going from good to better for Losi, and for Haha, I guess, from bad to worse after being down 0-1, now 0-2. Now obviously best of 7. It is not all over yet, but at least Canal seems to not be their map. So let's see, maybe Desert Sands is going to end better for them.
Desert Sands now a map that is often being played for the medium side. Sometimes we're seeing some very aggressive strategies with some STB1s on this one as well. We can see Haha actually having 2 STB1s lined up there on their side. Some IS-7 as well, double IS-7. This looks like an aggressive C-sided or medium-sided strategy for them. But also Losi does have a lot of tanks that are capable of moving in over there with the rhinocerontes, with their clipping potential. They might be very good counters to the IS-7s and might be very strong at the pushes. Then there is one Batshit on the field for Losi, which will have the option of spotting up early, managing to get in some information that might allow the WZ-113 GFT to crossfire right at the start of the game. Maybe some early damage again into the Haha team. We will see in just a few seconds. I think both teams can go to any side, of course, with the lineup that they are having. But it might also end up in a massive brawl on the medium side there.
I mean, that is kind of what you want to achieve with picking a lineup on a map like this, is that you keep the opponent guessing as to where you're actually commit. That's going to force like the mediums and the light tanks usually to have to play a bit more careful. They cannot afford to run into like a 5 or 7 man stack. And at the same time, it allows you just so much more flexibility. That means obviously that you're going to give up either mobility or like brawling potential, because you have to pick kind of universal tanks in that regard. But usually it ends up working out better, as Kitsune now on the field going to spot out quickly that double STB1. They're going to turn around. Max Verstappen on the other hand booking it in the Formula 1 car. He's going to continue past the plane and he's going to take map control immediately on the open field.
Max Verstappen potentially spotting all the rhinocerontes there, which are crossing into the desert. They got spotted, but just managed to duck down on time. Was bad timing for Max to just spot them just a second too late here in order for his teammates to potentially have some crossfire. But still, Haha does a good job. For now, they have the A advantage, and they are able to take good positions with the STB1s on this hill here, the plain area, often being contested, often being super important for winning this side of the map. Losi will have to do some push here, but the question is how they're going to do it. Actually, they are sitting in very passive positions for the moment, and it is Haha increasing the pressure here, which doesn't necessarily look all too good for Losi, who are now kind of stuck here, trapped in the middle, getting crossfire. And there is Baby Potato getting Amorak. That's a quick kill.
The Amorak immediately taking out one of the WZTDs, but now it seems like the push has been called for the team of Haha here, as they do see those rhinocerontes. Yes, they do have a 2-shot auto reloader, but after that, not a whole lot else. Kills starting to come down on either side, but Haha immediately in this match, they finally have found an opening as they shut down kill after kill after kill, putting themselves in the lead in the gun department, in the HP department, everything working for them here in round number 3, and I think, Nino, we finally have a match on our hands.
Yes, this one's just not going to be winnable for Losi anymore. The Batshit had to run away, there is out of the fight, now moving back in for some desperate shots, but actually there is some backup by hypnotizing into the STB still. Kitsune able to take out that STB, but this leaves the Rhinoceronte now getting pushed onto by 4 tanks. Actually, Max Verstappen already selecting the Batshit as his preferred target. No, the Batshit will be able to run away, but it doesn't matter here anymore because the Rhinoceronte has no way of escaping, not having the mobility, nor the DPM, nor the armor to hold up anyone for longer than just a second. There he goes, while the STB is pushing on to Kitsune, just sneaking up behind because he knows that the teammates will have shots from the other side, and that's exactly what we are seeing there. The Batshit not having any way of escaping this and getting taken out.
This means now a 1-2 if you're viewing it from the perspective of the team that just took a point. Haha here. Canal definitely not their map, but now on Desert Sands that they are they prove that they are a team to be reckoned with, taking down the first round immediately. And they also proved a few other qualities. Not only that they're able to get good RNG by Amoraking enemies, but also that they're able to get the crucial information when it matters. That Rhinoceronte rotation, getting spotted when it did, was absolutely crucial, and it really put a dent in towards like the strategy of Lost One. They were hoping to catch someone off guard, like having triple Rhino appear, then 2 shots each, and then you can sort of duck down, reload, get your clips back in. But obviously that didn't end up happening. Instead, what happened is the Rhinos got pushed up, drove into crossfire, then obviously, unfortunately for Lost One or Lossi, I'm not going to get the Lost One out of my mind anymore. But unfortunately for them, WZTD Amorak, I mean, that's never good, especially at the start of like the shootout. But I think the reaction by Haha was like quick and decisive enough anyway.
Yeah. Lossi just tried to move into the enemies there from rather unfortunate positions. They did not have any advantage like that. And just, you know, the STBs just having the DPM, they're having the turret, they're having the gun depression, and being in such strong positions there. that was very hard to push onto, and Losi didn't have enough tanks available. They kind of expected more tanks to be camping behind or so, and as they could see, then they were just not in the right spots. Then the IS-7 building up the crossfire from the side as well. Second game on Desert Sands now, with Losi also going for some double STB lineup. Apart from that, a ton of VZTDs here. Maybe something different, or maybe, I mean, rather something similar to what Haha did. But also Haha is still playing the STB-1s and a Batshit on top of that as well. So mobility advantage for Haha.
Indeed, but that means firepower advantage for Losi here as, I mean, quintuple WZTD. You don't want to be pushing into that one. You want to force those WZTDs to have to move the hull to get those dispersion values up. Now, Hoopsie coming in with the STB-1, and he's going to secure the plane for himself, hypnotizing. On the other hand, getting spotted out by Max Verstappen, and now all of those STBs are lit, hypnotizing, taking a shot to the face, is able to retaliate, however, and this triple WZTD that is sneakily driving to the northwestern corner, that is going to come as an absolutely nasty surprise to Haha, should they opt to push the west.
They remained completely unspotted so far. The Batshit did not manage to collect a spot, so all they know is that the STB is there, some other tanks on the other side, so Haha is tempted to go for the push, but the VZs are lining up their shots and putting double tap shot into Hoopsie here, who is down to a one shot now. Hypnotizing though also in trouble. Maybe the VZs over there still unspotted, will still have some more shots. Also there is Baby Potato on the other side. Let's see how they are getting punished here. Losi about to lose the STB-1, but look at Karolak getting smacked there for 1.4k damage, down to a one shot as well. It will only be important for Losi now to get these kills in, as they are not really that close to the enemies. They managed to increase their hit point advantage and are now pushing in here. Kitsune might have the kill of Hoopsie, going for the kill there, going to chase him down, failing the shot though. It doesn't look too great for Haha actually.
It doesn't look too great because the HP, they're just not there. Hoopsie now getting pushed by Kitsune. Karolak trying to reinforce, but he doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Nika, though, with that HE penetration in towards the back of the STB. That was a big one, but it's probably not going to be enough to turn the tide of the battle, as Ghosty does put another one in towards Pat, but that is going to be all she wrote for him, possibly, as the enemies are starting to be reloaded. Pat putting the nail into the coffin for losers, and now the STB-1 getting shut down as well, leaving only 2 tanks remaining for the team of Haha that got absolutely baited. Snapshot goes that WZ trap in the northwestern corner, getting not 2 but 3 entire salvos before having to start to commit. So Losi here with a beautiful but cheeky little trap, able to secure round number 4 and round number 3 for them in this match. So it's once again going to be match point here. It is going to be backs against the wall for the team of Haha.
Really nice to see that bait working out that greatly in the end. I was having my doubts, if I'm honest about it. They were just, I mean, they were still having that STB-1 in a very aggressive position for a long time. Very, very isolated. And it was not necessarily granted that these VZs were all going to connect their shots at a distance. They might have also fluffed them, they might have missed the STBs and just not been able to put in the damage for losing a tank for free right at the front. They were kind of struggling still to move in again and get the kill shots out of the fight because those were very far away. So Losi was not really having anyone up close to get the kills in anytime soon. Still, it worked out eventually. Losi just baiting Haha and Haha absolutely falling for it.
You know what the STB-1 at the plane said when he got hit by double WZTD?
I know.
Oopsie. Sorry, I just had to get that one out because it was him, and I was thinking about making the joke while it was happening, but anyway, though, moving forward, we are going to once again switch maps, and the first match point of Losi is going to be on Mayan Ruins. A map that has been played in some of the rounds that we saw already in the other regions of the tournament. And there we saw some, let's say experimental or interesting strategies amongst them was an IS-4 with double speed boost, for example, that ended up working out. So IS-4 double speed boost in the tournament, still 100% win rate. You might hate it, but those are the facts. I don't make them.
Let's go dive into the next game, Mayan Ruins. Often some interesting strategies on this one as well, but it looks like Losi with a VK90's 50Bs is likely to play for the A side and covering base B. A strategy that often leads to the cap advantage because only base B can be taken from the upper ground here. You cannot move towards base C and take B at the same time because you need the cover from the side there. Haha moving towards the middle with the tanks here, with the heavy tanks for now. They are going for mid and upper ground, it seems. Losi likely... Oh, actually they're sending the 50Bs over to the medium side here. Baiting again in the rear. But there they will have to wait for a while.
It did work out once with those baits, and Kitsune with that bat shot getting a lot of information here. But the IS-7 of lose 5v2 is going to make it towards that B cap, is going to start capping. Not sure if Daniel in that VK90 will be able to reset, who takes a HE shell by Max Verstappen actually, and make that 2 as he goes a little bit down in HP. Nothing too egregious as of yet. 2 caps do get taken with a slight advantage here for Losi though, and this is probably why Haha is starting to make the push with that triple heavy tank in the middle of the map, those triple VK72s, but they do end up taking damage as well. It's going to be Hoopsie, the first one that does get focused out, and this is going to spark the reaction by the 50Bs who start coming in from the side, forcing back those VK72s. So this triple super heavy push in the middle of the map for now is not going to find success as Baby Potato finds Max Verstappen, but he doesn't have enough damage in the clip to kill him off.
And that early damage trade here in favor of Losi is immediately triggering their counter push onto the A side. Daniel though getting bled out here heavily, but still there is a VK72 going down. Haha having some tanks here, still able to kill Daniel very soon, but they are at a disadvantage on this side, I believe, as the hypnotizing VK90 can circle around. Nope, so far not an advantage for Losi, but the Batshit is coming in to support now, going to help by circling Karol. Will have to clip into the rear. Karolek apparently also not having the reactive armor, getting killed right there. Nika still putting out a last shot into hypnotizing before getting pushed onto by 3 tanks. On the other side we have the 50Bs who also lost a lot of hit points but are still facing only 1 tank. There are only 2 tanks on the field for the Haha Goblins, as they named themselves here. And there goes the IS-7 as well. Losi setting up a bait once more. The 50Bs being used greatly to push in from the sides and deliver some crossfire. Absolutely stop the push of Haha in its baby steps already.
Stop dead in their tracks where the VK72s are. Normally, when you push with triple super heavies, you want to keep going, but I mean, judging by the fact that they stopped, they were like, all right, that is the kind of firepower that we cannot sustain. So they were forced to move back. But as soon as you do that, basically that hammer and anvil approach that comes from having a push and then basically having stationary TDs at the other side that prevent the opponent from pushing into you, all of that starts falling apart. And just like that, the team of Haha is eliminated for the final stage. So the first result here for the Blitz X Cup EU is already there. Haha is going to take spot number 4, and this now means that Losi is going to lock in their spot in the lower bracket finals tomorrow, where they will meet the winner of the up and coming match, which is going to be the upper bracket final in between a team that at least the 2 of us haven't seen so far, APA, and the other one that we saw already today win against the team of Losi. So that's going to be an interesting one.
APA versus BPS it should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That is 4th spot already taken for this tournament. That means Haha is out here. So commiserations, congratulations for them as well, because they did get quite far. But Losi just dominating these games with the bait strategies. They were rather passive in all games, and that was actually just the right thing for them, really playing with the isolated tanks that they were just letting the enemies push on to and then punishing anyone attempting to bleed down their heavy tanks. That was really working out really well for them, but the enemies who are going to face Losi in the future will also know about this tendency for the bait strategies from now on, of course.
I mean, you know, so far it's been working, and the good thing about baits is that you can do different kinds of baits. Like you can do the baits that we just saw, staying passive, waiting until the enemy makes a mistake. But you can also, as soon as the enemies assume you're doing that, you can just all of a sudden start aggressively pushing somewhere, and then the enemy will be like, wait, but we thought you were camping. So just because they were passive now, that doesn't mean it's going to continue like that. That being said, I guess we once again have a bit of free time on our hands, I believe.
Yep, we will have about half an hour again until the next game is starting. So I will just invite you again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just add you so I don't have to look for you all the time. Yeah, okay, I will quickly get some water, just a second.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I think that it was good to see Losi being on a better level than on the professional tournament, and also BPS played on a better level than they were earlier. So I think both of those teams have managed to just find their way with the meta, find the right thing for them. That's something that many teams are often struggling with for a long time. Many teams just experiment a bit, try to be good at the meta, and in the end you still have to beat the meta as well. So you have to be better than good already. So that can be very tricky to do. So some teams just get stuck in the experimental stage. They are trying to find out the best strategy for them and never manage to make it work until the end. Here, I think Losi and BPS both found something that was just along the lines of the standard meta that we're having already, yet still being a little bit different from that.
I mean, at the end of the day, the only stage that matters is this one for those teams now. So whatever might or might not have happened before, all of that is kind of, you know, off the table now. So if you have the confidence to be able to experiment a bit in the earlier stages, to just, you know, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, if you still manage to make it to this final stage, then all of that is well and good, and maybe even like a potential advantage for you. But yeah, we are now here at the stage where it matters. The up and coming match obviously is an upper bracket one. That is going to mean that the loser is not going to get eliminated. So maybe once again back to the experimental stage a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't discount it, because obviously the winner is going directly to the grand final, and that one is it's quite a difference in cash actually that you're taking home.
Oh, okay. I'm super bouncy. Oh my gosh, I peeked for way too long actually. But I wanted that HG. That did work out. Let's not push deeper into their spawn.
Yeah, I'm not getting tagged by any kind of TD, even though I peeked like an... oh, okay.
Same, but we don't know for sure. I expect the enemies to be flanking and camping.
Some big shell just hit the ground beside me, so someone is still camping in the back.
Usually, I mean, usually the way in Blitz should always be like just moving to half the map, killing some tanks, maybe rotating back to spawn. Unless you see the
do the mistake, Sharon. Oh, I think he just took a hit. Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
and exactly, there are the... I'm reloading, unfortunately. I cannot kill off the... Nice.
I don't know if I hit, but no. Yeah, I'm building up the pressure from the side. I can shoot a BZ like this as well.
I can possibly also soon shoot the... Ah, no, now he's advancing. It's like he heard me.
Stream sniper.
Mm-hmm. He's way ahead of those 3 minutes of delay. He just knows. Oh, come on, that shot. That's actually another difference that I notice a lot, is that the sigma value for accuracy is a lot different. Like in the PC version, the shots have the tendency to not go towards the center of the target as much as they do in Blitz.
Well, see, it's like you've got like 60% chance of hitting within 1/3 of the reticle. A lot of the inner third of the reticle, something like that. I don't know. Although I've seen such stats, I think only for World of Tanks PC. That's something.
Yeah, I've only seen them for PC as well. It's just like my gut feeling, so I might be entirely wrong on that, but it just feels like it.
Okay. Well, it's also something that is often a little bit of a business secret from Wargaming side. Even you don't know it apparently.
I think at least for PC, it's actually quite like open, because at the end how it works. Not only I'm speaking for PC here. I don't know for Blitz, but how it works is that basically penetration RNG, shot distribution RNG, and also damage RNG are like a Gaussian curve, if that means anything to you. So it's like a bell. And what you can do mathematically is change the sigma value, which then like tightens or widens the distribution about the center of the probability. And
so basically,
at least
what this is saying means that you are more likely to hit the center of your reticle than the outer side.
Yes. And it feels to me like in Blitz you're way more likely.
Okay, you will have to run.
I'm already taking my tracks in my hands, if that makes any sense.
As a German, it does. Although I've also found quite a lot over here. Apparently my heavy tanks were not capable of spotting. As usual.
I mean, now I have the stage 2 with me, but like I don't think I can run much further here.
Well, you could if you wanted to, but the other question is if you have to. I don't think you can be much more helpful over here either.
The Batchat moved up. He's -2. Ouch.
But you've got only one light tank against you on the other side there, so that's fine.
Yeah, but he can one clip me at this point in time, so I cannot push anymore.
As long as you've got some good cover. Oh my gosh.
Come on, stage 2, move up, take the shots for me.
I was just moving out, suddenly 183 got spotted right in my face. It did not get me.
That Batchat is the luckiest man alive. No, don't push me, bro! I'm too young to die. Please.
Yeah, you've got the hit points, you got this.
Do I though? Whew.
Did I just get blind shot by 183? I think yes. For real.
He's just way ahead mentally.
Yeah. Okay.
Easy kill steal.
Okay, I'll just quickly have to get up for 5 seconds again. Gotta block the sun from shining into my face.
I mean, we are gamers. We detest the sun.
Ready up?
Yep. I was busy claiming all my rewards. And those missions really do help with progress.
Oh yeah. But nowadays also on World of Tanks PC, you're getting the missions done and stuff, free stuff quite quickly.
The thing is, on what PC, like I guess I have what you could call a finished or completed account. It's like I have everything, but I started this Blitz one a few months ago, so like every single credit I get, I'm like, oh yeah, please, credits.
I get that. I've got an A account, so I just I'm very happy about some free stuff over there as well. But
yeah, in PC, I'm like the Dragon Smaug. Like I'm sitting on my riches, and I'm like, oh.
It's actually crazy how much free stuff you get nowadays compared to when I started Blitz.
Right. I keep telling PC players the same thing, and they're like, "Oh no, I want more," and I'm like, "You know what I got back in the day, boy? We got like half, and we were happy about it."
Yeah, I needed 400 games on my IS-8 as a free-to-play player. 400 games on IS-8 to get the tier 10. That was a pain. But nowadays, with times 5 XP or certificates and boosters, I need 30 games on a tier 9.
Yep. Back in the day, like getting times 2 experience for every victory or something like that, you would take the weekend off to grind that stuff.
Play every tank then. Okay.
Oh, he's able to stay safe. Crazy.
Passive game here, I don't know. Trying to work my way forwards and find some options.
I'm reloading. Maybe after this I will go for the BK, but I don't really want to.
I mean, all our heavies on A are pushing in right now. But there is still some backup.
Oh, that IS-7. I have the overmatch on his hull, but it's such a small target.
Speaking about small targets, I just hit the cupola of the object 452K.
Nice. I'm thinking about going full YOLO. Yeah, now I will.
Be mindful of campers behind, maybe. Although they have no campers apart from a light tank. Alright. Unexpected.
Okay. And the other problem being the Waffenträger? Yeah, the Waffenträger is the other problem.
No, he's right with me and he is shooting me and I almost got killed.
Then I will just push outside here to maybe kill the light tank. And after that, maybe I can find some shots into the backs of the enemy tanks. Oh, the IS-7 is still full HP. Ouch.
Oh, W actually ran away from me. That's good.
I managed to take out the 452. Nice.
Good.
And after this, now I should have the flanking positions. Maybe I can spot someone. Okay, I will just go over the windmill thingy and then hopefully we have them. Ah, there's the light tank.
Oh. I am having some shots of WT and man, just half a second before I was reloaded, he decided to drop down there as if he knew that I was there. He's got some intuition perks.
I'm reloading. No, Waffenträger, stay here. I want to kill you.
Maybe we can climb up the hill. No? Okay. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, I see some donor on the chat right now. Darkman, thanks a lot, man. Once more. Very much appreciated. Saying I'm new here. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, T92A1 is still awesome.
I'm trying to think what's the equivalent, like maybe T49 on PC. But yeah, you have like essentially a light tank with a high alpha gun, I guess.
Yeah, you have 550, 560 alpha. Good heat penetration as well. Bouncy armor. It got nerfed 2 or 3 times already, but still it is super bouncy. It was having no lower plate and very angled armor. Every heavy tank would bounce off of the front. Unless it was close.
Actually, on this map, what to do with light tanks? Because
you can move to the middle. Like I will show you. You can just
because
follow.
I always tried to like go towards C because it's like the upper ground and theoretically a light tank should be there first. But I kept meeting like cooldown mediums and then you're kind of like. Ah, this is what you mean.
Yeah. You can just do this kind of shootout. A lot of people, of course, play for the C side and the high ground there, but I really don't like fighting some hull-down mediums at a distance and just having to try to get unspotted. Mostly, I either spot in the middle or just move towards the heavy side immediately, because then I can farm the enemies at a close distance. No. And actually, I would recommend to you to also follow up here.
Okay.
The thing is, the enemies have 2 mediums which are flanking into our spawn right now.
I see the Vickers, yeah. Which is a light, but anyway.
Yeah, medium's light.
It's counted as a medium. Alright. I will be there soonish. Forever.
113 dying, that's not good. 3 versus 7.
That is also not good.
Not really.
Especially since I have what feels like 17 guns aimed at me. It might be 18 actually.
Unfortunately, there's not really any tank that we can kill. The ISM focuses me. Go away!
No! I'm too young to die. Please, guys! Can we not reach an agreement somehow?
Can I maybe just get out 2 shots still? Nope, I failed my opportunity. Track. Yeah, okay. Okay.
They did not want to reach a peaceful agreement.
To be fair, the enemies had some super well-armored tanks there on the heavy side. Our team might just die immediately, of course. We would have needed a lot more time.
Well, let's say it probably wasn't our fault that our team lost.
Not exactly, no.
Taking a look at the damage distribution. Oh no.
But still, just fighting against the mediums here with the low tier tanks is also questionable. If that's going to work out, the risk is much higher to just do nothing and die for that.
Well, at least we're top tier now. So does that mean we rush C or?
I wouldn't really want to rush C at the start, but we definitely have an advantage. I wouldn't just go full YOLO in, but we definitely have more Yeah, actually tier 9 tanks are really strong against tier 8. Problem about tier 9 is that you're either one of 2 high tiers, basically, or one of 2 low tiers, because no one plays tier 9 usually. Yeah, that bounced him.
Oh, that is less than optimal.
What's that tank? Ah, TSL 7 Defender, a new one. We have not a lot of backup until reloading. I'll try to run. I'll try to take out the T-54 then.
Nice. Oh, there's someone behind me. Yeah. I think I will go and I possibly cannot even.
You can clip him. You've got 310 alpha damage, but doesn't look too
but I will die
great.
after because of the guy behind me. Yeah. The Indian was the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, main problem was actually our heavy tanks on the other side that we did not pay too much attention to early on. For that reason, I'm often just going for the right side of the bridge, so I'm having a bit of an easier time.
Yeah, I noticed. So. Also, it was my fault. I bounced one shot on the T-54. Otherwise, I would have survived easily.
No, all fine. Will still be winnable, I think. Scepter is a bit too aggressive there.
Yeah, the 752s should be, dead now, so...
Ah, fuck. I should have kept a shot for bad shit.
Oh, the K91 should be coming in soon, and then the bad shot will die.
Yep. Okay. Not okay. What the hell?
Yeah, I think that the Jagdtiger is still like at sea or something. Yeah. He's enjoying his stay. He's just having a chill game.
My engine is gone now.
Oof. Bro, that Jagdtiger is having the absolute time of his life down there.
Yeah, maybe move out just a tad. Just come on. Okay. Engine is back. We should win this even without me, but obviously I want to do something.
And I'm not sure without 5120. Like he's now face hugging the Yo. Okay, the Yo just somehow critted.
For real. K91, are you fighting? Somewhat, yes.
Jagdtiger ahead.
I'm unspotted here anyways.
Nice.
Yep. Always kind of relaxing to play this kind of tank. Haven't played it in a while though.
I mean, dumping alpha poops on enemy people can indeed be quite fun.
Mostly such kind of tanks are pretty bad, but in this case it's not like that. In the past also with the missiles still.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I have been told stories.
People had nightmares about them, other ones just really enjoyed them. I could get along with those.
Is it fair to say that it was a controversial mechanic?
Somewhat, yes. It was fun though. I love having something that allows me to master some different discipline in the same game then. But that's also something that people highly disagree on. Some people just absolutely hate special consumables and all kinds of stuff that is not basic. They want a very minimalistic game and want it to be skill based. But as soon as something new is being added, they just don't really enjoy it that much anymore. I get it, but I love the challenge, just finding out how to use the missiles. It was not like I was mastering them immediately. It took me a long time. Just looping some shots above some hills.
Man, he sets me on fire. Alright, rip me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyways, you'll define.
Will I be?
Correct. Well, we're getting flanked by one heavy tank right now.
Well, the Moistion is driving in now. He's a brave player. Ugh, I got spotted again.
Well, that would be nice if you actually did, because then it would push out the enemies into the worst positions. Where I could crossfire as well.
I'm thinking about doing the long rotation. What's still missing in the enemy team?
Behind us. Right in front of you. Not good. I'm going to help you distract him a little bit.
I have 2 shots remaining. Ah, you see that I have 2 shots remaining, yeah.
Yes.
Hello, good sir.
No, still aiming for you.
I mean, he can do that.
He's turning for me. And... not shooting. Yeah, he did shoot, okay.
Reloading.
Good.
Seems like he's going for me again.
Yep. Oh, okay, he shot. Of course, just angled the armor in a red. It just turned to be red. As he turned his tank.
Oh, was that the Waffenträger or the ISU?
Der Ritter.
Dispersion, please. And the Moistion drives into my shot, as if he knew.
Oh, I tracked him only without damage. Dang it. Okay. I think we can play one more game still.
When's the next match? At 10 past?
Yeah, 9 past actually.
9 past.
Yeah. It's a little bit confusing as well, because on the website it will say 10 past, but in-game it might be a different time. I've already missed the game because of such stuff.
Alright, let's just do one more then. And after that I can take a quick loo before the match.
Okay, I'm just trying to quickly double check again if it's really 9 past or if anything changed. Wait, where is it? Before the VK72 games. I don't know. And time will be the same. And there's a question on the chat again. Do you get rewards for watching this on YouTube? No, you do not get rewards for watching on YouTube. You will have to use the platforms which are pinned in the chat above there and use your respective platform for your server. We'll log in and also enable the cookies, of course. There was another point still that you mentioned.
Disable ad blockers.
Okay.
Because sometimes the ad blockers, and especially like privacy protection stuff, that one can, problematically interfere with your cookies, and then obviously the website cannot track that you're watching.
Yeah, some of these have built-in functions like disable cookies automatically. Oh, AMX. Oh, AMX. Oh, AMX.
Got him! Nay! Oh shoot! There's a Defender Mark 1. Oi. That is such a nice tank to play, by the way. Holy crap.
Luckily not that dangerous when you can just still retreat into cover.
I am reloading, and I have a nice crossfire position, so please don't kill the Centurion too quickly, so you stay there and get farmed by me. I think they're not listening. Ouch! The CDA just blinded me.
Oh. Actually, our team is falling apart here. And we've got HM camping on the other side. I'm backing off here, preparing to run away. We'll still have to crossfire, but you have to run.
I think I will, do that same move that you were talking about. And it is not fleeing, it is a tactical retreat. And I might be dead, actually, if he hits those. He doesn't hit those, come on, he doesn't hit those.
You're unspotted, I guess. Oh my gosh, I got spotted here. Oh my.
Can I still double bush here? Probably not. Double bushing is a thing in Blitz, right? When you move far enough away from the bush that it doesn't lose its camo value when you shoot.
Yep, just as soon as the bush turns opaque. When you cannot see through it anymore, then you're fine. As long as the distance is high enough. Or even actually using 2 bushes. Okay. Guess we're just going to sit here for a moment. We have a disadvantage in terms of tanks and hit points, maybe.
I mean, the RHM is moving out.
Best spotting tank.
I mean, he has camo, right? So he's...
Oh.
I mean, he's just a gamer, all right?
Respect.
He knows more than we do. He's just, just better. I'm a bit afraid of that CDA sitting in one of those bushes and just... But the RHM isn't spotted, so...
And I cannot spot either, so I'm just...
I think I'm gonna go like south a little bit. Oh. Well, hello, Emil. Good day, good sir.
Wait, is it behind that rock? Yeah. There I cannot shoot him either.
And he can obviously stay completely safe.
I'm so far already. I don't want to go even further. I would put myself at huge risk.
The Emil just used 3. He has only 3 in his auto reload.
Yep. Oh man. This is getting so dangerous what I'm doing here, but as the enemies are doing nothing at all, I have to kind of try at least.
Oh, there's the 752.
Nice.
Nice.
We have a tank advantage.
Yeah, but I can't push the Emil, like...
No, but the others can.
Oh, look who I found.
I found the tier 7 as well.
I bounced my last shot.
Emil is coming for me right now.
Nice. I think I can completely flank around.
Okay, they turned around for you again. Oh, just
there's the TO7. Nice.
Oppa. Emil turning around for you.
Yep, I'm reloading. And he's aiming at me. He used his repair kit, I believe. Nice hit.
And Kyler will have him. 37 seconds. No, please don't foul.
Yeah.
Good.
And if the Kyler wouldn't have him, I would have. Nice. Good round.
Yep. Long and patient game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, light tanks on open maps kind of good. Who would have thought?
All right. Room invite is in. We will be able to show it in just a minute then. Wait. Not Serenity. API versus BPS. I can already adjust the score and stuff. Won't be able to fix that V on the screen. I can definitely do so for next stream. Yeah, tomorrow I'm not streaming on my channel.
Exactly. And hopefully there won't be any Vs tomorrow regardless.
I already know how the streams on the official channel go. Always some technical issues as well. Not exclusive to the private streams.
All right, as I said, I will be AFK for 2 minutes, but that should be fine, right? Yeah, should be. I'll be back before the game. Be right back.
Good. All right. I'm just quickly setting up the team title still. And got it. Good. All right. Now I'm there for you. So API versus BPS now. API also a team which has won 4 times I believe in the past already. So definitely a very, very strong team. Yet they had some changes on the personnel. They were just recruiting a lot more new players. I think, yeah. Although not too many here on the roster right now are new to API. I think Bot B is fairly new in the team. He was playing on a different team last season. Also Playmaker and Bobby Fischer have been playing on other teams in the past. So API having a very strong team, very experienced team, but still having a fairly new roster again with half of the members. BPS has played together in one or the other constellation in the past seasons as well. They have been playing on Aqua, they have been playing on BPS as well. They have been playing on many different teams and just more or less always the same kind of roster. They are actually now being reunited almost with the same team that they won the last seasons together with on the BPS clan as well. And we've already talked about them a little bit here with Santiago, aka Nick Ace, and Rate to Success from Russian server as well, who are both also very well-known YouTubers. I guess many of the fans will be watching right now as well. On top of that, we've got Spassy General, some of the most experienced or some of the best players in random games at least. And then we've got Marmalade and Breeze Blocks, who are the F, and also Zerd, who have tons and tons of tournament experience of highest levels, who are the callers here for this team as well. Actually, Zerd being the main caller, and I don't know, the others will be all just calling a little bit, as it mostly goes on this kind of team then. First map will be Vineyards, and it is the team of API spawning on the better one, actually, because they are spawning on the side where they can drop into base B with the badges early on and get the cap lead. On the other hand, we're having the team of BPS going for a triple budget lineup. Often those tanks are being used to push into the ruins and shoot out the B cap from different angles. So maybe Bobby Fischer is not even going to go for base B and immediately adjusting and playing a passive game, because BPS will be a lot more mobile here. Also, double Kran likely to go for the middle. Heavy B shootout is really not unlikely on this game.
All right, let's hit it off for the upper bracket finals of the Blitz X Cup Europe. It's going to be APA or APA against BPS. And this one is going to be a spicy one. The first time that we see APA today on the stream. And BPS, you said it, triple bat chat to open it up. That is obviously going to be a menace for Bobby Fischer if he decides to go into that B cap. But I think he has, for the time being, decided against it. Instead, booking it through, seeing those batches, but taking one for his troubles. And he might not be out of troubles either. Because he's now very, very close and down a little bit in HP.
But I think exactly that was the plan here. Bobby Fischer deciding to push towards the ruins, expecting the batchets to be there. So Bobby Fischer is just spotting those batchets up as soon as they are doing some move. Bobby Fischer is well covered from behind here, having the VZs behind, having the Rhinoceronte behind. All of those guys are being able to shoot into the ruins. And maybe Marmalade Toast has already isolated himself. No, he looks like he can run away, getting spotted again, but dodging the bullets of the VZTDs just on time there. And BPS is going for a push onto base B. Pushing in with the Krans onto the VK72, but there is still a lot of backup. I'm not too sure that this is going to work out for BPS. Rated success, losing half the hit points as he aggressed there a little bit too much maybe. Almery now dropping into the B cap and taking the high ground advantage towards the Krans, who are also getting crossfired from the other side here. Tricky game for BPS.
Bobby Fischer here opening up on towards the Kranwagens that seem to be in a pickle here, close towards a lot of enemy tanks as well. Object 3 in that WCTD could be the one, but it's Uni to pick it up. First kill and second kill going for APA here. Now BPS trying to come in with the counter push. Marmalade Toast here with that batchet looking to pick up Bobby Fischer, and maybe he will, but maybe that is going to be too late as well, because the rest of the APA team just sweeping in for those sweet kills, and I believe they might have done it here. HP advantage as well, as the Kranwagen of Sahara is going to get picked up. Santiago long reload with that batchet, still full HP, but APA good HP distribution, good management. So far still 6 guns alive.
Hit point difference is actually not that big even, but the amount of guns on the field, there is a huge difference here. BPS just running into a lot of trouble, not really having any option here, not having any advantage on the B cap. Santiago still trying to run away, but Object lining up that shot, finding that batchet right before he is able to jump behind that corner there. That is already the first win for APA, again playing a safe strategy, as they are very well known for. Also in this case baiting a little bit with a batchet, a very clever move there to just push towards the ruins. Despite it being a huge risk, it was working out so well to deny BPS from decapping base B. And that's the experience showing there in this kind of situation. Very well done. 1-0 for APA.
Exactly. So, yeah, APA coming into this upper bracket final, immediately making their presence known and not looking to stop. Obviously, sides are going to be flipped now, which means BPS is going to be spawning closer to that juicy cap. But I think APA, they have some different plans now, picking quintuple WZTD and double concept 1B. That looks like a setup that wants to absolutely get up close and personal. Slightly switching it up, one of those WZTD going towards the Rhino, but still very, very brawling focused setup, I would say.
Lots of hull down tanks. I mean, the only heavy tanks being hull down tanks. VZs also do function as hull down tanks, although they are mostly a little bit more passive, but they can also be played quite aggressively. So that doesn't look like a city lineup or so. It looks more like they might go for an aggressive push towards the enemy cap, even something like B and through the middle or so. We will have to see what's going to happen there. Could be something similar to what BPS did on that B cap there, but I think API is going to play closer together with their tanks. They're not having any light tanks for them. Meanwhile, BPS does prefer double batchets here. They are also playing double Rhinoceronte. They are playing one concept 1B, one Kranwagen, and only one of the VZTDs, which means that they do have a lot of clipping potential on their side as well, even more so than the API team. and they are going to have a mobility advantage, but they will lag behind in terms of aggressive power, in terms of tanks that are capable of holding up the enemies frontally.
All right, so round number 2 here on the Vineyards, and BPS are looking to equalize the scoreline. This first game just showed that APA was able to keep those one-shots in the game, and the gun advantage was what put them ahead in round number 1. Round number 2 might be a different story, however, as we do see in the initial distribution of tanks by APA going very city-heavy. Double WZTD as well as Rhino and Concept at the moment on their way towards it, and by BPS we see Rhinos as well as Concept getting sent towards that western part of the map to just secure that B cap, and now the hull down tanks are going to clash, but Spacey is going to get B priority.
And the BPS team is immediately moving towards base A here with a lot of tanks. They will have some nasty crossfire onto those guys here, which are still covered for the moment, but they are going to end up in a position where they will fight 2 tanks to the front, 1 tank to the side, and potentially a Kranwagen pushing in or shooting into the side from the other side there. This is not going to look too great here for the VZTDs. I don't know if they can manage to run away into safety. Elmery down to 700 hit points already, losing another shot worth of hit points, down to 415 hit points. Playmaker now also, there is the first kill already. Nice crossfire by BPS. Playmaker absolutely stuck in position. But on the other side, we've got the Batshit getting pushed onto, right to success. Just overcommitted to the city here. Will get taken out by Object 3. Guns being even. Still BPS doing a great job here on this side. Having a nice advantage. Concept 1B in absolute trouble there. Getting pushed onto by many tanks. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think BPS is still... Yeah, APA still has a chance.
I mean, APA still have 4 guns alive, but the HP, they tell a different story. Together with a double cap, yes, 1 cap for C right now for APA, but I don't think APA really has the HP on those tanks anymore to push into those 6 guns that BPS have available. Object 3, they're also dropping ever so lower, and the thing is, BPS now, they don't really need to do anything. They can just wait for APA to now make the mistakes, and those are starting to come in, driving in towards the aimed, the stationary guns of BPS. And yes, round number 1 not looking good for those, but round number 2 absolutely ripe for the taking. Bot to be maybe with the pickup now onto Spanish Sahara, but little is it going to matter because Jen already coming in from the side, now fully loaded in that Rhino Charonte, and BPS do recover beautifully from that round number 1.
Yes, now they're just farming down the last tanks here. Really nice crossfire, aggressive strategy by BPS, pushing 1 flank, not going for a lot of map control there effectively, still having these tanks on B and also on A then set up in order to crossfire everyone behind the A cap, and API absolutely fell for it. They did not have any way out there. Maybe did have a wrong assumption there, or maybe just misplayed a little bit as well, as they did see all these tanks coming in and did not react to that for a long time. BPS are definitely very dominant on this game then. Which means we are at a 1-1.
Exactly. First map, Vineyards getting split 1-1 means we are now headed towards Oasis Palms. That can be quite the tricky map, especially since both teams are able to, well, blindly, but still able to shoot at each other at the start of the game. Taking a look now, and actually there was some damage taken in some of the battles of the Blitz X Cup, I believe North America, if memory serves me right.
Also Oasis?
But yeah, look... It was Oasis, yeah.
Okay.
Like they managed to get, I think, even some blind damage in towards T100. So even luckier there, because the T100 is, well, not the largest of targets, especially blind. But yeah, taking a look at the lineups, double IS-7 quintuple WZTD for APA. And on the other side, we see a tank that rarely gets picked, M454, together with a double B, singular Batcha, 1 mouse, and double WZTD. So I guess the M454, one of those French tanks that does actually have frontal armor to actually speak of, but at the same time, still unusual.
Definitely it's unusual, especially the rest of the setup as well. The AMX M4 having a strong turret mainly, and even heat shells will not change that. you can only penetrate that cupola on top. So it might be something like BPS just sending the M4 over to hold base C, while the rest of the tanks could potentially move into the city. But AMX 50Bs, very uncommon on this map where there are so many hull down positions needed. And APA will definitely have a big advantage in terms of armor here, with their quintuple VZ TD and also double IS-7, which are often used as pushing tanks, like they could go through the river or so in this situation. Let's see what they are doing here. Blind shots flying in, nothing connecting though. And BPS actually not returning the blind shots even.
Nothing connecting, and now we can see the initial distributions. Both teams opting for that northwestern area of the map where the A cap is situated. So we might be in for what could be an all-out brawl right from the get-go. But so far, both of those teams have not spotted each other. The M454 finally does get spotted. The same for one of the IS-7s by APA. No shots connecting, however. That means no damage taken. And the WWZTD by APA does get spotted as Bobby Fischer in the back takes one by the back shot. Way to success immediately on the full reload again. But I think BPS, they might be looking for that over push on towards those WZTDs, but the 50B, they have so much open ground to cover. I think that's why they're second guessing themselves while the mouse is starting to drive in. It is designed to sponge up the shots, but will it be able to buy enough time for those 50Bs to commit?
And the 50Bs, obviously just being a little more careful at the start, now moving in here, having those two VZTDs in focus fire. But of course, there is still a little bit of an issue with penetrating them in their hull down spots. But BPS is going in full YOLO. The mouse has been taken out already, despite the 3,000 hit points that it had. But Elmery now gets taken out. Playmaker also in focus fire. BPS just having the numerical advantage in this area, finding some isolated tanks, still losing out on tanks as well, losing out on hit points. The Batchet on the other side, fighting Bobby Fischer, making him have a bad time. I think that will go to the Batchet, but it will be more about this fight for the moment. The Batchet will surely still play a role later on, though the question is if those tanks can survive for long enough, especially the 50B is what I'm most worried about here. Santiago still having two shots. The HE failed on the 50B, so that's one last TD there. Gun advantage to BPS, and it is actually just turning around again. Gun disadvantage for BPS. API did manage to clear up this side. The Batchet still alive on the other side, but a lot more hit points. Twice the amount of hit points for API right now.
Yeah, and now as the dust settles, those 50Bs, after the initial success that they found, they ran all out of steam, they ran all out of gas rather fast, and this means that they weren't able to contribute against the sustain that APA had with those single shooters that were very well armored in those hold down positions, and all of a sudden now it is running away to the hills, running away to the sandy dunes of the southeast of Oasis Palms for BPS, but they're probably not going to be able to salvage this situation here as APA now takes A. And I think Way to Success and Marmalade, both of them already know that this one's probably not going to go their way, not even trying to capture that C cap. Finally, the Batchet touching it. But yeah, APA here, especially those two WZTDs, doing a beautiful job of just staying alive against the majority of those BPS tanks, wasting the time until the majority of their own forces could be there to support them.
The one-shots or the low hit point tanks of API are rather centered right now. The heavier tanks flanking, the healthier tanks flanking here, finding Marmalade Toast to the side as well, was just trying to get aggressive despite having a disadvantage. He did not really have many options left. Try to have some crossfire together with Way to Success to maybe find some of the low hit point tanks here who could be taken out potentially, but then there would of course still be a full life VZTD over here. That's basically impossible to kill. Way to Success still playing around a little bit, trying to just find some shots here and there, but without two Amorex, he's not going to win this. As also the points are now in favor of API, double cap pressure. Base C is about to be taken as well, so there is really nothing that Way to Success can still do. Maybe he should just give up, but we are in tournaments here after all, where people have to try their best. They cannot really just give up. It's all for the honor, but nothing more, as we are definitely not going to see any turnaround of this game anymore.
I mean, maybe what he's doing, and that is absolutely fair play, is just giving time to his own team to like already start talking about the next round. That is
yes.
a very, very that's a very valid strategy in my opinion, because like everyone knew the outcome of this game, like 1 minute or 1.5 before it ended. So that gives time to focus on towards the next round. That being said, I think well done to those double WZTDs that managed to stay alive for so long. And I mean, one of them didn't even end up dying. Like, he was still basically full HP at the end there. So this explosive firepower approach that BPS tried to bring here, with that mouse sponging up the damage, giving time for the 50Bs to actually close the distance and then burst away double WZTD from APA, just completely blowing up in BPS's faces. Like, yeah, I can see where they're coming from. Like, I can see the approach of why they're doing it, but it just ended up not working out. And they need to ask themselves the question why that was.
I think here the problem was Mouse just dying very early on. They were having lots and lots of tanks against them. They were pushing in with a 6 versus 6, no real advantage actually, 6 versus 6 tanks. They were pushing, counting on the 50Bs to clip out someone, but the VZs were kind of held down there. They have some little hill there in that position that was not really that visible from above here that well, but they can just hide there quite nicely. And BPS really had to overcommit. They could not just sit there, put out a clip and fall back into cover. No, they had to fully go in to manage to shoot down these VZTDs so they could then not really hide in safety anymore. API was having an easy time just farming down the 50Bs at a close distance. Next game is starting.
Yeah, looking at the lineups for the next game, I think APA not really switching it up here. Again, 5 WZTDs and 2 heavies. This time, however, not going to be double IS-7. It's going to be a concept and a VK-72. And on the other hand, BPS, I think they recognize that double 50B, it really wasn't it. Now they're going with double light tank, double Batchat. So still some clip potential in that lineup of BPS. Together with that IS-7, the mouse again getting picked, and triple WZTD. So it is quite the different approach from BPS, and I think after that first Oasis Palms round, it was kind of needed. Let's see at the start of the game, do any of those blind shots connect?
Yes.
Oh, Bobby Fischer taking one immediately.
That's a good start for BPS here. Bobby Fischer already down, but actually Breeze Blocks also lost hit points. I did not notice that one. Breeze Blocks also down to 1.6. So both teams connecting some blind shots here. API now spreading out towards the desert area with most tanks securing the C-cap with a concept 1B. It's a question whether they can actually take the base, because there will be some tanks shooting in some HEs from behind there. On the other hand, we do have Way to Success contesting base. He will be able to get that base for free. Nothing that could get him there at all. He is still shooting a little bit, trying to see if he gets spotted, but he will sooner or later also drop into that cap. Let's see if anyone's going to decap base C here, as ASDF is over there. No Playmaker gets tagged.
He does get tagged, but in turn C gets taken, and that means that the cap advantage at this point in time is going to lie with the team in red, is going to lie with APA. So far, Way to Success. I mean, he is close to that A cap, but he isn't touching it yet. He's probably afraid that this will trigger some kind of immediate response from APA, but we, as the all-knowing observers, obviously know that, well, APA is not in a position to do any of those shenanigans right now. Bobby Fischer gets spotted. The German Super Heavy, not the best of camos, but Yennefer quite in the nasty position here in that WZTD. Might be able to even get a reset on towards Breeze in A blindly, possibly. Doesn't seem to be the case.
I don't think he can shoot into base A from over there, but BPS is rather focusing on spotting the enemy spawn here. They know they cannot really get the cap lead, so the Batchat is not dropping into the base, just rather committing to the spotting job here, getting in some nice crossfire into the concept 1B right now as well. The Batchat is there where he cannot really get spotted out by any of the enemies, while he can get the spots in, allowing his teammates on the other side to then have some fun. Bobby Fischer overcommitted here in the middle, tried to push forwards, but gets found there by a lot of tanks. Down he goes already. That's the first kill for BPS, who are now having a tank more on the field. And Uni also loses some points.
it felt like an unforced mistake, right? They had the cap advantage, then sending that VK in to just get completely blown away. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, Uni and Breeze Blocks now facing off against each other. Santiago having something to say about it, but Uni responding here in towards the bad chat. But the fact of the matter remains that Alpa still have the cap lead, despite BPS obviously having a huge HP advantage. Breeze Blocks with another number onto Yennefer, but still, it is up to BPS to make a move here, and I think make a move they will in the northwest, where they're forming up with those WZTDs.
Also, BPS managed to sneakily cap a bias B right in front of all the enemies there. Now it will be up for API to go in. Here, BPS can just position themselves a little bit more passively. Uni moving up into some dangerous, but potentially also just dangerous to BPS position. But he can not really escape from that one anymore if BPS is deciding to just push out Uni. But for now, it is all about Yennefer, just killing the flank first, General moving in. And there is the first shot. The reactive armor just putting down that damage, taken to 420 only, which is really not a lot. But Spassi is moving in for that kill shot now. Will get that kill shot. No, it does bounce off. So General have to go for that kill shot still. But meanwhile, BPS is also increasing the pressure on the other side, taking out some other tanks or just crossfiring. Elmery, who is isolated there as well, doesn't look good for API at all. Barely any hit points left for them. And also all caps on side of BPS.
Indeed, and now Marmalade here does get found by Elmery and Playmaker, but little is it going to change as the cap points are going to decide of the fate of game number 4 in this upper bracket final. And once again, BPS able to equalize the scoreline here. It's going to be 2-2 after 4. Both maps do end up getting split. And chapeau to BPS for not crumbling under this pressure here. Chapeau to them for finding the openings that they needed. I would have liked to see a little bit more aggressive play by the Batchat, but then again, if he was like the way to success, who would we be to blame him for it?
Yeah, I think the Batchat just did a good job at just carefully spotting the enemy spawn. He did not really know what exactly was there. But there was also not that much of a pressure to take the bias quickly, because, you know, putting a Batchat into the cap also means you can get punished really nastily if you are not prepared to run away. And if a Batchat loses 1k hit points at the start, that's not a good thing. The Batchat needs to stay alive until the end. So BPS just playing for the crossfire here. Then we've seen the VK72 moving through the canal there, trying to get some information, which absolutely did not work out. The idea behind that was kind of that the VK was trying to move close to the TD position of the enemies, spotting those tanks there in proxy spot being held down, and that would allow API to farm from the other side.
I mean, the VK72 actually did a key hand, and that is getting the information that the enemy is on reload at the cost of your own HP. So in that regard, he did exactly what he was maybe not intending to do. But yeah, that was Oasis Palms. Now we are headed to Molenbeek. And Upper once again, quintuple WZTD, and now double Rhinoceronte, so a lot of hold down firepower. And for BPS, once again, it's going to be the lighter setup. Double light tank. They do have a singular Kranbang as well, together with one Concept 1B and a triple WZTD. So let's see how those lineups do stack up against each other. We are down to effectively a best of 5 now.
And it looks like once more API is going a lot heavier here, will allow them to get more aggressive wherever they are going, while BPS will have to be forced to just rock around that a bit more and go for some map control, go for some crossfire, go for some caps and stuff. But they have proven very well that they are very capable of doing so, just not on every single game just yet. But that's also not to be expected against such a top-level team as API is. But due to the mobility advantage, one batch is spotting aggressively in the middle area, the other one already on that A-cap, maybe having some shots into Uni there before taking that A-cap. Even he doesn't want to give away his position just yet, is rather focused on collecting some information still. But now API is in positions.
APA in positions, but it is going to be BPS on the cap. Way to Success in the bat shot is going to secure A for his team. And APA so far not with the cross-map play. They're not going for C yet. I believe Yennefer and Object 3 are kind of considering. And finally, Yennefer is going to be the one that gets sent in towards C. So at least the tick rate is going to be equalized. But that being said and done, BPS did cap the cap first. So it is going to be APA who are going to be, well, later rather than sooner at this point in time, but they are going to be pushed into a move regardless, as Way to Success and Santiago are going to do some funky things here on the field, and they're going to get support by WZTD.
I think BPS is already waiting for the push of the API here to come. They know that API will have to do something, and the most likely thing to do for API would be to just repush base A here with everything, and at the same time maybe drop into base B as well to have some crossfire. Then that is very likely. BPS is setting themselves up for that with a VZTDs here in that corner, having some batchet ready to spot here, but of course the bush cannot easily be seen through. So that is not necessarily going to work out all too well. But for now, BPS is safe from getting pushed on base A and also still securing some map control in the rear. That API, playing the mind game there, they know that it is the most expected thing to do here for BPS, or for API to push into base A, so they are not going to do so. They are actually waiting for BPS to relocate towards base C to counter the move that they are actually not even doing, not even considering to do. Despite the cap disadvantage, API just decides to hold the bases for now and increases the pressure on the enemy spawn.
ASD now getting spotted by Santiago, and I think that about rings the bell here, the alarm bell for the Batchat to evacuate. Very, very good play by the Batchat right now. Well, was starting
actually
to run away.
Back.
Now yeah, actually, like I was starting to commend him on it, but now Caster Curse coming into full effect. He is going to spot out Uni, I believe, in that WZTD, and now he does spot out the rest of the push as well, and I think he got extremely lucky with the timing here.
Oh, yes.
5 seconds later, and I think he absolutely gets shot to pieces. Now, the push starting to roll, takes one shot of damage, does get unspotted, however, but this gives time to PPS to reshuffle, readjust, and bring reinforcements.
Also, they're sending in the batchets here into the enemy spawn, who might just steal that C-cap as soon as API is pushing in. Well, API is just going to write it out for the moment, and might consider the B-cap as soon as they are pushing the enemy spawn. But their push attempt for now absolutely failed here. Uni also getting into position to maybe build up some pressure onto the A-cap there. But there's also still Spassy. There is still Spanish Sahara with a perfect hull down tank right in front of that B-cap. ISTF re-pushing their own spawn, pushing out Way to Success. I guess he took a shot from the Rhinoceronte there, so you will have to be a little bit more careful about that. But there is B being taken. At the same time, a push is coming in into the enemy spawn, but I don't think API will win this. Here, BPS is in really strong positions, yet they are bleeding a lot here. Both teams bleeding a lot. BPS re-pushing onto Playmaker, having him shot down to a one-shot already. That's the first kill for them. Object 3 and Yennefer now in absolute crossfire here by 4 tanks right in their face. 5 tanks even versus 2. Elmarie not really able to support with his amount of hit points. That's going to be a win for BPS on this side. But on the other side, API is able to kill a tank over there. But it looks really, really strong here for BPS, who are also now on 935 points already. But the caps are being stopped again by API. So there's still some time to do something.
Well, the Batchat of Way to Success finding a shot in towards the Rhinoceronte, and I think he's not going to be able to run away, because from the other side there is a WZTD coming. He does get shot down, but from the sidelines we need to watch out for Santiago, who manages to get the return kill, reducing the numbers of the team of APA to 2. Bobby Fischer in that Rhinoceronte driving around the map trying to get anything done. He does find Breeze here, and he does find the penetration, but that means that Breeze in turn might get pushed here? Is Gen going to be able to support? At the end of the day, it might not even matter, because C is once again getting taken by BPS, who are also still on 4,000 HP. Breeze here actually bouncing in his shot. This means the odds are now all of a sudden in Bobby's favor, but now Gen from the backlines coming in as well, and ASD gets shut down too. So BPS in prime position here to take that round. Cap advantage though for BPS as well, and they're taking B, so this one should be done and dusted.
Yeah, nothing that Bobby can do about it here. IPA just losing this one then with some very good relocations by BPS. Just really expecting the enemies to be where actually they were. I mean, they were really good at the predictions. They are preparing for the pushes of APA. APA did not do the expected of pushing back to their own spawn. Still not working out by pushing forwards there either, as the Batchet just spotted them out very early on. And that's the strength of the Batchet, just securing that map control and that information by collecting all the spots everywhere.
Yeah, and it felt like BPS was sort of playing around what APA was doing, but I think we were at one point in time 5 seconds away from this round going APA's favor. That Batchat bail was a little too close for comfort, at least for my comfort.
I was also not sure whether he would get spotted or not. If he did get spotted, there would have been 4 or 5 VZTDs aiming at him and potentially obliterating him in just a second. That would not have gone well for Santiago there. But we're going to see the next game now also on Molendyke. It is actually a match point for BPS already. Maybe they're going to take home the win for this one and get their ticket to the grand finals of the Blitz X Cup just today already.
Yep, that is exactly what BPS wants, not having to play the lower bracket final with a chance to not even reach the grand finals. So they are aiming, they have set their sights on towards the grand final. And for APA, it is now a do or die in the upper bracket, at least here. They obviously want to win the next round to bring it to tiebreaker. I think that is just about what we want to see as well. Simply because, you know, so far, I think the quality of gameplay has been outstanding in between both of those teams, and getting more rounds would be a treat.
Definitely. Such close games here, I definitely want to see as much of that as possible. Also, API going a little bit lighter on this map now, on this game, with a double S to B lineup, double medium, which will be able to just get aggressive right in front of the enemies. They might take them towards the A side, but also they are sending one of the STBs towards the middle. Not going to be able to outspot any of the Batchets, but it will still be helpful for decapping base B there. BPS though not committing towards base A, just giving up that side, way to success already in a B cap, just for spotting though, immediately dropping out there into safety once more. BPS is on the way towards base C, will lose a cap advantage though.
Exactly, Bobby Fischer in the STB1 is going to secure A for APA. And now this means that BPS is going to be kind of on the back foot for the remainder of the match. That is until they manage to get an advantage, of course. But now it is going to be kind of the same thing that we saw last round, except the roles are going to be reversed. But I think APA preemptively starting the rotation already towards the city, where Santiago is, I guess, trying to feel out what's happening. But Uni already down below in that riverbed together with Playmaker and one more WZTD only has breeze blocks to support.
Santiago now spotting up Uni. Not really aware of all the trouble that is coming in there, but still rotating out just on time. But breeze blocks might be completely isolated, might not have any way of escaping here, will go down very, very soon. But at the same time, BPS is pushing in onto the STB1, having found a target here. The STB arguably being more important than the VZTD, which is also still surviving to put out some more shots. No, it is actually, yeah, okay, there is the shot into Playmaker. Rainmaker there. I thought it was a bounce there, but actually still puts out the shot. BPS will still have to do something else. And look at that, they have all 3 caps secured for them right now. The mobility just being used to perfection here. Way to success, just moving up from base I. Going to be able to deliver some crossfire there. We'll have to be careful though. There is not any advantage in terms of hit points nor armor for BPS. They will still have to do something for that, but they are having the cap advantage now, and that looks pretty good for them already.
I mean, ASD able to respond against the Batchat, but that still means that the Batchat is going to be alive. Way to success, taking one more on the way out here. And now Santiago and way to success, they're going to form a little hit squad that might hover around, might hit from any way, any possible angle, because they're just so mobile. Uni in that WZTD is now going to touch B. He's going to try and cap it, but there are a lot of BPS tanks already close. 200 points of cap advantage. And I think BPS, they're looking for the killing blow, but they're finding death instead as Santiago gets blown to pieces.
And API is not out yet. They are still having 2k hit points more, and they did manage to take back base B. Now pushing up onto Sahara here, the Kranwagen, who is already low on hit points. Marmalade will also not be able to help out too much with his concept 1B. That is just generally not having a ton of hit points, nor armor. There is a big push coming in. At the same time, BPS is also losing the eyesight here with their tanks. Did manage to pick up a kill here. Guns being in favor of API already, and I don't think that BPS will be able to switch that around anymore, because they're only having 2 tanks left. 1 tank left. Sahara, who actually got pushed onto, is now the last one standing against 3 caps in favor of API. Look at that turnaround here from 3 caps on BPS side. Actually, API is coming back that nicely with their kind of push here, shooting down the enemies, taking all the bases all at once.
All right, so Appa, what do they say to the God of Death? It's going to be not today, not in this game at least, as they do manage to force the tiebreaker against BPS. And now, as this match is going to go the full distance, I guess we all get what we want. The players probably don't, but us as the casters, being a little bit sadistic, we obviously don't care.
Obviously not. We want that tiebreaker here. We want that final match and put it into the length here. With the last game now definitely going to be a game on Hellas. A new map for the last one, fairly symmetrical map, so that's actually just pretty good for the tiebreaker here. No one's going to have any advantage just by spawns. We will see some new tanks again. T100 LT on API's side, which is just a tank that is very, very low on the silhouette, very small, and can potentially just steal that C-cap without getting decapped there. I think that will be the purpose for it. Otherwise, they're also going for an STB, VK72, VK90, and a VZ spam as usual. So they are going to be able to do multiple different tactics with that. BPS also applying a concept 1B here paired with a Batchet IS7, VZs, and the VK72. So also for BPS, it looks a little bit like, well, actually, I cannot really predict this. This could be a C-sided strategy with the I7 pushing through the middle. It could also just be concept pushing into the kennel or so, although the concept usually is taken to the outer side. A bit more likely, maybe. But yeah, it will be up to see what's going to happen here. A lot of options available.
And that is exactly why those teams are picking those lineups, right? It is incredibly hard to predict for the opponent's team where you're going to go. And this forces the careful approaches during the spotting runs, etc. That is part of the mind games that are going on in between all of those teams. So let's see. It is the upper bracket finals of the Blitz X Cup for Europe. It is the tiebreaker in between APA and BPS. Who is going to claim the spot in the grand finals? Is it going to team in red? Is it going to be APA, or is it going to be BPS? Let's see, as initially both teams kind of going towards that northwestern part of the map where both A and B are located, so we might be in for a clash immediately.
T100 LT going to drop into the cap, but on the safe side, not even getting spotted, taking the base. But the I7 is moving up aggressively, so the T100 immediately rotating out and not even trying to take the bite, knowing that the I7 would be not all too healthy for his amount of hit points, which are rather low anyways. Base Oh, base C is currently uncontested, while Spanish Sahara is able to take base A over there with his VK72. Breeze blocks a potential weak spot for API to push onto, but there is a lot of backup to that guy. Good map control for BPS.
Yennefer with a good 2 decaps on towards A, so currently that one hasn't been taken yet by Spanish Sahara, and I do agree, Breeze blocks might be a weak spot, but he's also in a choke point, and now Yennefer here with yet another attempt at the decap. The third one is not going to connect, meaning BPS now have the cap advantage.
I think the push is coming here. Uni sneaking up from behind, making sure that Breeze blocks cannot stay in position. So the push will come from the front as well, I assume, with Playmaker going in Object 3 as well. The BPS will have to move up to secure their tank down there, but they are a bit lighter than API, and this little disadvantage might come costly in that spicy character full life ammo rack there. Outie is gun advantage to API already, and they will also be able to take out Breeze blocks there. 2 guns out on side of BPS, not looking good for them at all. Playmaker getting taken out as well. All about this little ditch, all about that canal. Uni now in the focus fire down here. There goes the next one. Spanish Sahara. Not looking good for BPS at all. API just taking out the guns here.
Indeed, BPS just getting completely stunned with that Amarak. They were trying to salvage the situation by driving down in towards the channel, but little is it going to matter. Appa, when it matters, absolutely showing up, getting the RNG on their side as well, but first fending off a first fending off a match point, and now in the tiebreaker with a stunning performance here. The Amarak there, the opening that they wanted, that they needed, and after getting given a hand, they just rip out the whole arm from BPS, and they are going to be the ones that are waiting in tomorrow's grand finals. And for BPS, it is going to be down towards the lower bracket.
Definitely, they tried their best to avoid it, but here it was just not meant to be at all. BPS chanceless on this game. Let's check out Spessy here. Hits received, or he did receive 3 penetrations. I'm not sure if all of them dealt damage. From my perspective, it seemed like a full life ammo rack, maybe simultaneous connections there. Of course, the IS-7 being in the front, being a weak spot to push on to for API, and very clever move the way that they did by just sending the IS-7 or the VK90 behind that IS-7. That worked out really well for them, so that BPS was not having any way of just keeping their tank in position. The VZs could not shoot that VK90 without moving in, and that's exactly what API hoped for. Hoped for those tanks to come in and help out their IS-7 in need, and that's when API just collapsed them and smacked them out of life with that ammo rack there and just shut them down. I think the ammo rack did not really matter in the end because of this tactical approach there from API's side. I think that worked just as they intended, even without the ammo rack.
Yeah, and this means that for tomorrow's games, which are going to be 2 on the official stream, but obviously you should be watching on the portal if you want to get the rewards, just like today. We do have APA waiting in the grand finals, and in the lower bracket finals, it's going to be the team of BPS that we just saw lose there in the tiebreaker, so no shame on their side either. They did make it this far, and they're going to be playing against the team of Lossi that earlier today won in the lower bracket semis. So all around, I think GG's for today, but tomorrow is when it will get really spicy, because, I mean, yeah, the rewards are, I think, more than worth the effort.
Yep, definitely. Once more, I just want to point out again, tomorrow will be on the official stream, on the official portal, not on my channel anymore. So you will have to make sure to log in over there and just check it out over there on the official platform. But anyways, if you do want the rewards for watching as well, you will just find the streams where you are going to find them today as well, or where you have found them today as well. Either on my channel, on my Discord server, or on the in-game tab here for the tournaments, or even on the official Discord server. Everywhere the link will be shared in all kinds of places. And yeah, that's it for the tournaments for today, actually.
Yeah. All of that being said and done, thank you very much for having me. Currently here in Vilnius, it's almost 11 p.m. So for today, I will probably bid my own goodbyes because I want to get a good night's sleep before tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for joining. Was a pleasure to have you here. Have a good night, and I will still keep going for a bit.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right. Guys, that's it for the tournament then. I will still keep playing some random games for a bit, just so you see what I'm usually doing here on this channel, but not too many because it's freaking hot in here. Don't maybe just keep playing on PC. I think I'll do that. Usually, you know, I'm a touch player, but I think I'm just going to play on PC because then you do have less of an issue with sweaty fingers, actually. Most annoying thing about playing Blitz on touch, although I do love it usually, sitting on the couch while playing, you are just going to have, yeah, the issue with the sweaty fingers on touch screens. I guess all of you will know that issue. Alright, let's play something that has been played on a tournament as well, with the VZTD. I'm hoping that it will soon get nerfed, but for now it is still the most OP tank that we are having in the game. Yeah, just reading the comments there about the last game still, as you're still having that slight delay going on. Of course, 3 minutes of delay here. I don't even know, I think there will still be rewards for a bit before we're ending it. But I'm also not going to keep flying for an eternity to do. By the way, guys, if you're watching on the official portal, I would be happy if you still joined over to the YouTube page just to say hello on the chat, or maybe leave a like, leave a subscription to the channel. Usually I'm streaming some, yeah, more or less tryhardy sessions, sometimes relaxed sessions, sometimes tryhardy sessions of highest level gameplay. Or close to it. Let's be real about it. Okay, I should move out of the open here, that's an issue. Also, you'll find a lot of tutorials and guides on this channel as well. So check out the videos that I posted already. Okay, I guess we can just push forwards here. Oh, okay, E100 is not what I like to see to my side, but if I'm able to move up here, can I actually take him out now? Okay, not happy about my touch aiming right now, my PC aiming. For such cupola shots, having auto aim like on touch is just very nice. Ah, that was a bit awkward. Nice blind shot. Okay, tried an HE, and you can see what also makes this tank so strong. You're having like this kind of armor, so that even HE doesn't really do any damage. Any other tank getting HE to the front is still taking a lot of damage, 300, 400 damage, by a Yak even 500 potentially. But on this one, not going to happen. Okay. Dude is gone already. Bounce Mate Beach. Okay, I don't really want to get snacked by 183. Who is right where I expect him to be. Let's shoot a fuel tank maybe. No. Anyways. To be honest, about tomorrow I expect it to be maybe a bit close for BPS. I would not really bet on them to win this. I mean, of course, it will be close. In any case, it will be close. But still, BPS has a fairly similar playstyle to Lossy. in the way that they are going for map control, some slightly faster lineups. Will be interesting there. Shannon, for sweaty fingers by touch gear. You know, they are you probably mean these kind of finger gloves. I've got some of those, but I really can't get along with those. I usually just have some little pot of flour, like baking flour, that I just dip my fingers into when my fingers get too sweaty. It also works. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, you can use flour or baby powder if you want to go to a store and buy that. Or even like chalk that climbers use. It also works. But flour just does the job just fine for me. Mostly I don't even use it. But so sometimes it can be very helpful. The rewards will be coming after the stream only. Will take a bit, but not too long. Okay, hopefully not getting spotted on a cross here. I actually used the adrenaline there right before that shot already, because I knew that it would have some increased module damage, and I might be in trouble. Team. Maybe track me again? No, but without damage, please. I would love an IG into this concept. Although this will cost me another shot on this guy. Hopefully you have to reload before him. Okay. Your title saying, I don't need guys, nothing can make me better at this point. I see, you must be the best player in the world then. Or maybe you mean just the opposite. Saying you're the worst player out there. In that case, yeah, if you don't want to learn, you can, I mean, you can always get better. Even the best players can get better. I think that's the main part. The main ingredient to improvement in Blitz is just staying open to seeing your own mistakes. Trying to learn from the games that you've done. Of course, you can just play for fun and complain about teams and trust on your RNG, but you can also just think about, what is there actually that I could have done? If you're thinking about it, Blitz is a bit more like chess after all. Very tactical. Lots and lots of options. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate for Special really on the last game as Darkman is saying there. That ammo rank really hurt. But again, I think that VPS would have lost even without the ammo rank, because the approach from API was simply just a little bit better. Okay, looks like there was nothing here even, so I'll just try to move over. Okay, there is a yaw. Maybe I can have some crossfire over here. Come on. No! Oh man, that was so close. That could have been a nice 1k damage HE already. Kind of looked like I only got spotted after the shot, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, he's going to fall back. Just a bit further, please. He's going to peek again. Ah! Alright, let's just ignore this guy. It's not going to work out. And if I fail once or twice, then I don't want to fail thrice. Thrice? 3 times? So let's get closer to someone else here. Where I'm a lot more sure to be able to take him out then. I mean, really, you don't want to waste your time here, so just I can just go in here. Hopefully get the kill shot in. Yep, perfect. We've got base B, which usually means that the game is won automatically because it's almost impossible to take back base B. It's so isolated, so far in the open. And there's the gorilla. I hit the track, of course. Oh, hurry. He's moving backwards, not into cover? Why would you do that? Why would you not try to cover yourself? Okay, next one. There's Hori, there's E1. Is anyone else shooting this guy? No. Then I will take him out still. Maybe if he's running to the left side. No, he's trying to circle. Trying to circle. Let's put some emphasis on that. Portal not working. Yeah. Guys, no one's lying to you, but technical issues might pop up occasionally, of course. Can always happen. Just be sure that you have cookies enabled, that you have your ad blocker turned off as well when being on a portal. And then the timer should be ticking. If all of that doesn't work out, then you can still try to just take a screenshot, just collect some proof for it not to work, and then send a ticket to Wargaming. But that should really be the last step after you've done all the others. I will personally not be able to give you any technical support there. I've already had people dropping into my PMs, but we've got thousands of people watching here. Dozens of people having technical issues, and I have got no power. I've got no clue either. So yeah, please don't reach out to me for technical issues. Try to contact Wargaming directly then. Alright, I'll just take some hull down spots here. A little bit worried about that guy blocking me. And not having gun depression. Okay, I'm not going to stay here because the thing is the enemies still have a 183 unspotted. We have two AFKs? No, FV is not AFK, but AMX50B is AFK. The enemy heavies seem to be pushing forwards for the moment. So let's do the same thing. Make sure we are... Oh, fuck! Oh my gosh, okay. Is he just there and did not shoot me? I could have just get tashed from the side. And I don't like what I'm seeing here. Come on, team. Clever to stay right in front of me. They also have an AFK. What is this even? Okay. This almost ended horribly for me. Yeah, I wish I was in position to farm that AFK. And what I'm doing instead is being way too aggressive here. Where enemies can potentially kill me. Nope. I'm not going to push in. There are two more enemies coming in as well. Let's actually cover. I expect the enemies to come over from our medium side again. No, actually there's one. Maybe move just a tad. Oh, nice. That's a tough connection. Not always working out. Amorak? Ah. Anyways. Still worked out eventually. Although it didn't look too good here in terms of hit points for me. After that FV shot. Okay. What else can I apply? Ah, let's go for another one on this guy, on this tank. And let me actually check in the background for how long I will still have to play. I think I can quit anytime, probably. I'm free. Is this clever for me to go here even? Enemies have a lot of mediums and barely any heavy tanks, so they are more likely to go for that medium flank. But I like playing a bit more aggressively, so let's actually do just that. I hate my PC aim. And I'm having immediate regrets. Come on. Heavy, help me. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. No, I just need him to not die immediately. And I am seriously having doubts about that. Nah. Okay. Sadly, the T95 E6 is way too passive there. And I cannot really escape, I believe. I mean, I've got 3 tanks ahead of me. E6, please help me over here. Oh my gosh. See? I'm actually surviving still. Can I actually just not? Of course not. Interesting. Kind of afraid of getting shot from behind there. So let's move forward a bit. Come on. Nice. And let's push forwards there to avoid that E4. Pick up the kill of that 113. Alright. This could have gone horribly wrong for me. Somehow it still worked out. I don't know how. I mean, yeah. Just a little bit of luck is sometimes needed as well. I would have hoped for the IS-7 or the 113 to just try to get a bit more aggressive even. Like this I could unfortunately not quite push him. Okay, what do we have? Okay, fairly light lineup again. Oh, by the way, as the Discord was just mentioned on the chat there, we will soon have some big giveaways on this channel again. So the best way to stay up to date with that is also to just join my Discord server. You will... Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Yeah, sure. What is he doing behind me? Like, honestly. Well, about a Discord server. Best way to stay up to date with everything is really on Discord. You don't get all the news on YouTube only. That guy's getting farmed there. 1.9k damage already. Not a single bit of damage taken, and that's the thing about one tank like this one, where you just have a ton of armor. You can just play right up to the face of the enemies. No need to be afraid at all. You have the armor. Of course you have some hit points less than an actual heavy tank, but effectively you're having even more armor than most heavy tanks. Oh. Sheridan failed the shot. Mine. Okay, reckon I go. Enemies will likely come from behind. They might still be camping though. Hoppa. Gotcha. Let's cover. Don't want to get farmed, and I think I might be able to pick up the kill before 183 is reloaded. Or at least shoot him again. Ah, nice. Hello. Do you notice that I am right in your face? No? Okay. I've got enough hit points. Can someone take out the Vickers, please? Hi. So there's still a TVP up there. Don't know if he's still to the right side or if he actually moved. Okay. $700 only. My team is still not moving, really. Like, what? I have to take him out, otherwise I'm going to die. Please fall back. And then you can stay. Yes, stay right there. I'm farming. He's probably dead. Unless, actually, T62 is running away from a one-shot. Ah, I heard a gap. No. Okay. But I guess that's an ace. 6.4. And yeah, it is nice. Let's actually save this one because it was such a good example of the VZ gameplay. I have a video in mind that I could use it for because I have recently scripted 2 more videos already. Got a lot of guides, advanced guides, or more. I've done one basic to advanced guide already quite recently. And I've got a lot more guides planned already, mostly being for like, yeah, up to advanced, average to advanced players. Trying to always find something that is interesting to everyone. And the core audience is mostly like around 50-55%. So that's getting a little bit tricky sometimes, but of course also for the beginners then. They also need to be covered with the same kind of content. Upcoming will be a guide about the advanced formations and pushes. And also another one, teamwork. And another one would be about tank classes and subclasses. which will be a bit more of a fundamental or a bit more basic guide, of course, but definitely needed, because usually people are thinking like TT, heavy, medium, that's it. What do I play now? I might actually just go for last game, because I'm actually a bit exhausted. So let's just do that. 183 for the final one. Final win, let's say it like that. I'm not going to end on a 1k damage defeat, that's for sure. You're not going to see that here.
Time to roll out.
Okay. I will play second row there, waiting for the enemies. I mean, lots of heavy tanks on the field. I would expect people to come here towards this side, definitely. Oh, can you stay spotted for long enough? Oh dear. 30 seconds into the game. T100 is also dying over there. Oof. Okay, I really did not expect this one to go in. There was like a 5 to 10% chance, maybe. Yeah, I was already regretting to even fire. Okay, yo will be reloading before I'm able to shoot. Okay, let's just peek out.
Enemy armor is hit.
Bad roll still. 800 damage only on 2 shots in a row. Nonetheless, I didn't take any damage in return. And put out 2.4k damage already. Okay.
Our fuel tanks hit.
This one I do regret. How about you just go in and kill the one shots there? Please. Oh no, it's face hugging.
We're
Lol.
mobilized.
Now I really have to kill this guy because the TP is face hugging instead of just picking at a distance. Okay, dude. Please don't face hug again. Nice. Well, it was actually an Amarak. Okay. Yeah, I cannot sit anymore. Too warm. Alright. Oh man. 3 donuts on the enemy side. Yeah. What? It was just pushing in and not even shooting. Okay. Guys and girls, I will end here with this stream. It was a pleasure to stream for you. If you did enjoy it, then I would be very happy if you also left a thumbs up, left a subscription to the channel, and joined the Discord server in the best case as well. And I will be happy to see you back on the next stream. Tomorrow I will be on the official channel together with Keyhand once more. Just like today, just not here. And I will be back again with some regular streams on this channel very soon. Like in a couple of days or 2 days. I will definitely take a day off after the stream. Yeah, so 3 days maybe. Not guaranteed. You will hear from it on Discord then. Next stream session might very well be Concept 1B, because this tank is currently very nice and I do enjoy it a lot. And I think it's a great farming tank. I haven't streamed it in a while. Maybe even Concept and T95 and T110E5 in a combination could also be it. Just some hull down farming there. Also, the next afterwards will maybe be Batchet gameplay, because Batchet is currently so strong. I have 300 games on that tank in 30 days, and I only recently started platooning with it again after having reached some high average damage, and now I want to just maybe go for a Batchet solo session, but also a Batchet platoon session together with Spessy most likely. So yeah, stay tuned for that. About to come next week. Have a good evening still, have a good night, and see you then tomorrow again on the official server, on the official stream. Goodbye.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me, but forgetting all the time. No, I don't like no hard.